The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 336, being recorded on January the 10th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Merrill. Welcome back, Gunny, welcome.
Woo, yeah. Glad to be back, guys. Glad I am here.
Yes, you are here, Gunny. And today is your birthday, so I would like to wish you a happy birthday, Gunny. Happy birthday.
Thank
Gunny.
you.
And
Big 5-0, baby.
Big 5-0. Remember, the contract says once you turn 50, we're going to have to retire you, Gunny. So,
I know. Remember we said that last year?
This
is it, guys.
It's in the contract. You gotta get ready for that. It might be your last show. I don't know.
No more video games. I got my luggage from AARP, Leahy. So I am, I'm off to Florida.
You're an official AARP member now.
Did I tell you I saw that? I got that in the mail. I was like, what the hell is that? You're like, welcome to old age.
Oh, shit, it's hilarious. Anyways, also from Little Ohio, joining us today is the Mayo, Steve Willier. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, Jesus?
Hi.
Happy birthday, Gunny.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi. Anyways, you can
a bit.
Yeah. You can follow us on Twitter at _horrible gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes and Google Podcasts and Stitcher. Thumbs up. And leave us a review wherever you can leave us a review. Leave us a review. We appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. And also, you can join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It is a close group, so anything that you post in the group stays within the group. Also, you can support the show by going on to Patreon at patreon.com/horrible gamers. Like our friends have done so, such as Michael Sitch, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Pacharek, Chad, Brandon Willier, Vaderholic, The Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henley M, Jesse Kraft, Porchapu, The Mayo, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, Jonathan Big D Hall, and Bill Garner II. Thank you guys for being Patreon machines. Woo! I love all of you. Especially John Jerome. Thanks for being Patreon machine, guys. I love all of you equally, let's be honest here. Also, you can listen to podcasts by using the Stitcher app. But did you know, Mayo, that by signing up for Stitcher Premium, you get access to ad-free listening and exclusive content on the Stitcher app?
Yes, I did, but explain it better. Maybe I don't know all of it yet.
You didn't know. You just did. You did. Stop lying. You didn't know shit. He didn't know, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't know anything.
I might have heard this before.
Anyways, you can head on over to Stitcher.com right now, Mayo, and sign up for a premium account. With this premium account, you get access to ad-free listening, exclusive content, and exclusive shows such as the Conan O'Brien podcast, and so much more. Use promo code Horrible Gamers right now, Mayo, to sign up. When you use promo code Horrible Gamers, all caps, no spaces, you get Stitcher Premium for free for a month. That's right. A month, Gunny, for free. Stitcher Premium. That's right. 30 days for free. Sign up for a year for $34.99, or you can sign up for a month-to-month subscription because you never know when you're going to die. Right, Jonathan? You never know when you're going to die. So sign
too much.
Yeah, sign up for a month-to-month subscription for $4.99. But use promo code Horrible Gamers. We love all of you. Thank you, Stitcher, for being a partner of the show. Also, ladies and gentlemen, head on over to Redbubble. At Redbubble, you can search for the Horrible Gamers Podcast, or HGP. You're going to find somebody wearing our shirt, or you see our logo. You may recognize the same logo that you're seeing on your podcast player right now would be the logo that's on this page. You click on that link. Then you go to more items, and there's a ton of items that you can purchase over our Redbubble that will support the show, such as hoodies. I know it gets cold during the winter. You may want to bundle up in a nice warm hoodie. And you know what? It may still be too cold, Gunny. It may still be too cold. So what do? You buy yourself a nice blanket with the HGP logo on it, and you wrap yourself up like a fucking burrito, Mayo.
Buy 2 blankets. Get warmer.
You might want to get even warmer than that. You would buy 2 blankets, Gunny. You're right. You might want to buy 2. It's winter time. Get yourself some stuff to protect yourself from the winter.
If you get too warm, you can take off your HGP socks.
You could. But that's if you have them. First, you have to buy them, and then you can take them off. You can throw them anywhere, and then buy more. If you lose one, you have to buy another pair. Yeah, go buy some HGP socks, ladies and gentlemen, over at Redbubble. Thank you for the support. Also, a quick thank you to the people who make the music of the podcast. Thank you to Ricky Alfaras. Thank you to Feller and Twistix. Thank you for Brook for Free. Thank you to so many more. Thank you to MacMod. Thank you to all the artists that have ever contributed to the music of the podcast. We love all of you a lot. Thank you.
And we love your music. Thank you.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's 2021, Gunny, and it is your birthday. So, I mean, how was your New Year's, Gunny? Let's talk about how was your New Year's day?
New Year's was pretty much uneventful. It was just, went to work, whatever, came home, and I was already like 4 beers in at 10:30 at night, and I was out like a light. Didn't even. It was pretty much uneventful. That's how my New Year's went. But yeah, what about yours? What did you do?
Mine was pretty cool. I just stayed home and got really fucking drunk, and I was pretty drunk, and then I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, because I think I ended up going to my other house on Saturday and working on it. No, excuse me. Let me back up on that. So I think it was Friday. It was actually pretty nice because me and the wife and kid actually went for a nice drive by the coast, up into the mountains, into the coast. So that was pretty cool. Went for some fish and chips, and yeah, it was a pretty good day on New Year's Day.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. I did take a week off from doing other side projects, and yeah, that was that. But I had a pretty good birthday today. Had some. Got some nice gifts, guys. I know I posted them in Discord, but this is my son. He did get me the glorious Model D mouse and mouse pad, Mayo.
Yeah, the Model D, Jesus. You
guys got the Model O's, and Kyle's got the Model O. But I don't know. I asked Kyle what the difference was.
Wait.
He said that's just a more updated version.
The Model O is a little lighter.
And I noticed on the website for the Model D was there's a Model D with a little minus symbol next to it. So I'm not sure if that's just in other countries or if it's shorter. But this one fits my hand pretty good. It just the way what is the other Razer mouse that I had, the Mamba
didn't you have the Mamba
Barracuda? Elite? I don't know what the heck it was. It's right here.
Cobra.
But either way, that was still a pretty good mouse. And
Viper.
But I like this mouse pad, guys. It's really super smooth and it glides across and
super smooth.
It's got that RGB to it. I love the way the RGB pops out of every orifice of the mouse.
You can never have enough RGB.
So now I just need to upgrade this the keyboard. Literally, I am still using the iBuyPower keyboard.
Oh god.
Dude, it's a fucking Razer.
Oh god.
Keyboard.
Dude, I might have to just buy a new keyboard.
Just
send my old one to Gunny, and then just buy myself a new Ducky keyboard or something and give him mine because I feel bad.
It would be an upgrade. Jesus Christ. Gunny's over here playing on some
guys, what do you guys think?
Ass keyboard.
It's I'd say it's a normal size keyboard, right? But every time I've looked at different websites as far as upgrading, does anybody actually own any of the smaller ones?
You mean the ones that are just it's just it's the half size keyboards?
Yeah, the half
without the number keys.
Yeah, it doesn't have the numbers to it. I don't know. I know one community member we had a while back. He had one.
I don't like those. I don't know why. I just don't like them. They look kind of hobo to me. I don't know. I think that it would look. I think it wouldn't be a problem if you're gaming on it. Because when you're using the numbers while gaming, you tend to usually just use the ones that are right above your hand.
Mm-hmm. Right, the right hand. I'm always and of course, who's not typing in passwords if you're not. Yeah, it's useful to have a keypad.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know, man. So,
but I agree, guys. It needs to be RGB. It needs to match.
It needs to have some kind of lights coming out of it. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's cool. I'm glad that you got some nice gifts from your family.
Yeah, and just another thing was the wife. I may have mentioned it. No, was it? We recorded on Christmas. I was supposed to get that gaming chair.
Oh, what kind of gaming chair? Which gaming chair?
You know what? My kid had the link, but it ended up the status in Amazon showed it as being lost, so the wife couldn't get the money back.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to show up, I think.
Wait, they just straight said that it was lost, so they just Amazon didn't give you no money at all?
You know, again, this is the wife. She's the Amazon professional over here. She's constantly ordering things from there. And she said, well, yeah, it was supposed to be here the day before Christmas, and then it was said it was going to arrive on Christmas, you know, because the post office delivers on those off days, right? And then she checked the status. I think it was on, was it Friday or Monday? And then she was like, it's showing lost, and it's not letting me claim, you know, get my refund.
What?
And yeah, so she was pissed, right? And then I was like, yeah, just, she goes, you know what? And then I think she ended up having to call them, and they're like, okay, here's the money back.
Okay.
And then they're like, you know what? You might just get a chair 3 months from now, because I don't think she realized it or not, Jesus. You may have run into this, guys, where
she bought it from a third party?
Yeah, it's a third party. It might show Prime, but it'll show shipper from China.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know how things take 3 to 6 months to come from there.
Yeah, especially right now because everything's delayed and goes through customs and everything's even more delayed done. So yeah, that might happen, or they might realize that you got your refund and they, because you know the seller, whenever you get it, because I've sold shit through Amazon myself as a third seller, and whenever you sell something through Amazon, you get the money right away. But if anything goes wrong with the order, or if the fucking person claims they didn't receive it, or they try to lie and say that you never shipped it or something, then Amazon automatically takes the money back away from the seller. Like, they just take the money back. And then now you have to fight with Amazon to prove that you fucking shipped whatever you decided to ship. So that's kind of like a shitty thing, you know? Like, I get why they do it, because the customer always comes first to Amazon. And I as a Amazon customer, I appreciate that, because I've had situations where they shipped stuff to me and it didn't arrive, or they delivered it to the wrong address, or somebody straight stole the package from my porch or something. And they've been really helpful in giving me my money back without really asking much. Like, either a police report, that's at most of what they would ask for. But as a seller, when you're the person selling this shit, and somebody tries to claim that you didn't ship something and it was an expensive, say you sold, like, I tend to sell my electronics on there sometimes. So I sell like an Apple Watch that I don't use anymore, or shit like that, you know, and I ship it across the country to Florida, and some dickhead in Florida is like, oh, he never shipped it. And it's like, well, no, motherfucker, I shipped it, you know? So, like, it's kind of shitty as a seller, because I usually, the way I end up doing it is I end up personally paying for, like, insurance for the package or whatever. And it ends up costing me, like, way more to ship than whatever Amazon is charging the customer. So, like, Amazon will say, how are you going to ship this? And you can say, like, how are you going to ship it? You can say, like, I'm going to ship it expedited premium or whatever. And they'll be like, oh, okay, we're going to charge them $20 for shipping. But it might end up costing you $30 or $40 for shipping, because you're adding the insurance yourself. You know what I mean? As the seller. So, but the good thing is, when you have that proof of insurance as a seller that you ship something, and they get it and they sign for it, you can give that back to Amazon and be like, hey, look, this is the fucking signature they gave me. This is the proof I have that I actually shipped this to this person. You know, like, I'm not a scammer. I'm not just taking people's money, you know? So, but then after that, ever since dealing with that situation that I had with Amazon, I kind of, like, stopped selling shit on there, dude. Like, I don't really, like, I get, you know, as a customer, I use Amazon all the time. But as a seller, it could be rough, dude. And I'm assuming it probably goes the same way for eBay and shit, too, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure people, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember that was an issue with eBay back in the day.
Yeah. And I don't know, how do you fix that, you know? Like, as a seller, you just kind of have to just cover your ass and pay for the insurance all the time. You know? And you're shipping something or whatever, you know what I mean? I guess.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I'm still sticking in this hobo chair that I got.
Damn, Gunny.
How long has it been? 2 years? It's like falling apart.
Oh my god.
Like a 2-year-old chair, 2-year-old keyboard.
What is this, Gunny? What is the?
What is this guy?
Might as well call this the Hobo Gamers podcast. God, what is this shit?
We'll call it the Hobo Gamer with two gamers.
Vintage gamers. I'm a vintage gamer.
Fucking, hey guys, today.
What are you, wooden chair, Gunny?
Today we're going to Goodwill to find a PS5.
Now we can do the Gunny's plus 50 corner.
Hey, did you guys see that video with the guy, young guy? He goes into a pawn shop and he walks in there with a PS5, and and the box is like torn halfway, right? Because it wasn't like opened up all the way like correctly. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, it's brand new. Looking to get some money for this PS5. The guy like rummages through the box. He pulls the cord up and he pulls the console up. He's like, $20. Right? Just the look on the fucking seller's face, It was
one
priceless.
where the guy took one in a GameStop and they thought it was stolen right away, and the guy like took off.
Well, yeah, I would think if he ran away.
And I think they offered him I think in the video, I think GameStop offered like $280 for it, and the guy was throwing a fit. And then the lady kind of told him, she's like, "Well, if you just go out the door, you could probably just sell it for $500 in cash. If you just stand outside our door." Not saying that that's what you should do.
Oh no. Yeah, well, no, I've had GameStop employees kind of tell me what was it like? You go in there if you have, what is it, Jesus? If the game is still sealed, they don't take those, right? They don't take sealed games because it's considered brand new. And
yeah, so can't, because they can't verify that you have anything in there that's a real game. You could have rewrapped that shit yourself and send it
cellophane and all that. Yeah. So they're just like, hey, why don't you go? You can just go out, out there, go out there and go sell it for $20, because we're not giving you a dime for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's my. I don't know. We'll see what the wife got me. Hopefully, I get something cool. I will post it in the Discord tomorrow, whatever it is. But that was my adventure today. My birthday stuff.
Anyways, let's talk about video games that we've been playing this week in the last couple of weeks now. Fuck you, Gunny. I'm tired of your shit. I'm tired of your fucking shit. Let's talk video games, man. So we've been gone for a bit, and ever since last time I beat Cyberpunk, I actually have gone back to it and started doing some of the other side quests in the game. There are some really interesting side quests that I will not mention, but there are some really cool ones in there that I've been kind of fucking with here and there. I know that this month there's 2 patches scheduled to be released this month that are supposed to be major patches according to CD Projekt Red. And they're supposed to fix a ton of shit. And I'm assuming it's probably more focused towards the Hobo consoles to get performance up and whatnot, and on PC to get some of the bugs worked out. But yeah, that game... It really is. It was kind of weird because playing it, I was enjoying every second of it. I was loving it, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of, I don't know. I beat it, and I couldn't play anything else. Literally, no other game seemed fun to me. It was like I wanted more Cyberpunk, and it was really, that was the feeling that I had with gaming for the past couple weeks now, where there was nothing in the gaming world that could pull me back into gaming. And I mean nothing, dude. I tried everything, man. I signed up for EA fucking Premium. I was looking for all the EA games and shit. I was like, maybe Apex will get me back into it. Nope. Maybe Madden. Nope. Maybe Battlefront. And I was like, Battlefront's cool, but no, not really. No, I don't want to play this. And I was like, maybe Battlefield. I tried Battlefield. I've tried Call of Duty, and Call of Duty, man, I kind of fell off of that, hard, especially Cold War, all the hate that I had towards it in the beta. Remember all the shit I talked about this game in the beta, how I hated it?
Oh, yes.
It's like it all came back. This game is trash. I don't fucking like it. I told you guys I bought that Battle Pass. I don't even know why. And then I went, and I was drunk on New Year's Day, and I was playing with Shiloh, and he was streaming, and I was drunk, And I saw him buying something, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it too. So I don't know why the fuck I did that. I don't know. He bought like some skin pack for like $20. So I thought to myself, I need a skin pack too, and I bought $20 worth of COD points, and they're just sitting in my account. Like I didn't even buy the skin pack. I just bought the points, and they're just sitting there. So I'm like, oh, that's great, Jesus. Like that's real smart. Being drunk and making purchases.
You'll probably go back to it, I'm sure. It's still
See the dangers of having your credit card completely saved on.
Yeah, it's like literally like a one-click thing, dude. Like it's like click buy now. Oh, okay.
We all think it's about protecting us from having our kids purchase things when we're not paying attention. It's when you're not paying attention, Jesus.
Protect me from myself. I should like two-factor authenticate my ass, If I can sober Jesus and drunk Jesus.
Right.
I think you should ask Discord for permission before you make any purchase.
I should.
Because you have you're well known on Discord when you tend to show up.
Oh man. Anyways, so yeah, I was a little tipsy that day, and I bought $20 worth of COD points. I don't even know why. I have them in my account, and like I've been playing it here and there, and I played all the new maps. There's one called Game Show where like you're like on this the Price is Right kind of like 80s theme fucking game show, like a floor, like a set, like a show floor, like you're in the set. You got the backstage, you got the fucking little rafters for the audience. You got a little car in the middle that spins. It's just a shitty game. Like honestly, Modern Warfare was better in every way. There's nothing good that I can say about Cold War. Like really, all the love that I had for it when the game came out and I kind of was into it, like it's gone, man. And I don't know what it is, and I hate it because I really was enjoying it, and then all of a sudden I just fell off. Like it's just done.
Do you think it's you, Jesus, or do you think there's a lot of other people like you that kind of went back to the Modern Warfare game after this?
I think there's a lot of people that are still playing Modern Warfare because I went back to Modern Warfare and the lobbies are easy to find matches. You find them in seconds, and that I could probably attribute that to the crossplay because, like I said before, even when Modern Warfare came out with the crossplay, I said that it's good for the game that to have this crossplay between every platform because this means that the game, once the new game comes out, that the previous game is going to be supported for a long, long time. Like 5 years from now, people are still going to be playing Modern Warfare. It's just a fact, because people are still going to own Xbox Ones and Xbox One X's and PS4s 5 years from now, And don't say they're not, Gunny, because they will. People still own 360s, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are still playing like Titanfall and shit on 360, like Jonathan Hall and shit, Like weird people like him are doing this. So
yeah, right. That first one did come out on the 360.
Yeah, so like you got people doing that, still nowadays playing Halo 2 and shit on the 360, or whatever the fuck. So yeah, I mean, and that's why I said that was a good thing for crossplay for Modern Warfare, that it's going to be supported for a long time, especially the PC community. I feel like PC players, believe it or not, as PC master race as they are, or like super graphics and look at me, I got a 3090, bro. Like as high end as their fucking PCs can get, I would say about 90% of PC gamers are playing old games. They're playing CS:GO and shit that is like from fucking 2007. You know what I mean? So it's shit that's easy to run on the hardware they have. It's just they just play it and they keep playing it and they keep playing it.
I keep thinking, like, how long is Warzone going to be supported? How long I guess as long as players are there.
Yeah,
to support it.
I think it's like a Fortnite. Like it's just gonna be a thing now from now on. It's just a games as a service game that's always gonna be there until that community.
Does even have more than one map, or they just keep updating the map?
No, they just keep updating the map.
That's crazy. Just think about it. Like, how long have people been on that thing now? What, 2 years, 3 years?
In Fortnite?
Yeah.
And you know what? But you know what the thing is, Gunny? Like you may think that, oh, well, that game is old. Why are people still playing that? But the thing is, Gunny, Fortnite has, for some reason, and I don't know how they were able to do this, they've kind of like broken the rule of a rating, like a rating system. Because everyone plays Fortnite. There's little kids that are like 5 years old playing Fortnite. Like there's guns in the game. Like people are just okay with it. Like I don't know how they did it, but they were able to convince the entire world that their game is safe to play for any age. Even though there's fucking guns and murdering other people for whatever reason, there's still like this. Like, oh yeah, like you could talk to any parent really and ask, do you let your kid play Fortnite? And they will tell you yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's just the graphics. I mean, just the way the game looks.
Yeah.
People just don't look into what it is.
Yeah.
Brilliant marketing.
Like, this is a fucking murder. Like, you murder 100 other people on the island and you're the last one surviving. You know what I mean? Oh, no, I see my kid, Billy, and he's fucking building a tower with his friends and having fun. He's chopping the tree with the axe. He's not doing any killing. You know what I mean?
The person he was shooting just disappeared. And loot popped out of their body.
Yeah, no big deal.
It's like a little piñata.
Yeah, so
piñata's in the game. Sure.
So like that's the one thing about Fortnite is that like the thing, because they were able to do that. What I was saying is that they transcended this whole thing where like there's no really rating that applies to Fortnite. That like any kid can play it. So now their group of gamers that are playing Fortnite is endless. It really is. Every time a 8-year-old becomes a 9-year-old, they get to play Fortnite or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like they're never going to run out of gamers that play Fortnite, because there's always going to be the other kid in school telling the other kid, hey, dude, I'm playing Fortnite. And they're going to think, oh, that's so cool. I want to play Fortnite too. And there's always going to be that. It's always going to be there, dude. Like, it's always going to be that thing where it's going to be like I play Fortnite. I play Fortnite.
I think there's going to be that group that plays like, well, I play Warzone, or whatever. There's that group over there, and then there's the Fortnite zone.
There's the group of people that I know that play PUBG, and they just play PUBG. That's all they fucking play, and they love PUBG, and they're PUBG fucking fanatics, and they're like fucking, an elite squad at PUBG. But they're the hardcores, And then there's the people that play Warzone, and there's the people that play Fortnite. Like, my kid plays Fortnite, dude. I don't know. I was watching her the other day play Fortnite on the Switch, and I was like, how the fuck do you do this? Like she was just fucking randomly running around just building shit as she was fucking shooting people, just building. And like, she just got the controls down on the Switch. And I'm like, never in my life would I ever be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I would not be able to do that. You would murder me if I played against you, I think. You know what I mean? That's how fucking fast she was doing shit. She was just building these fucking buildings and like, oh, I can't believe I got this epic or whatever the fuck. And then she tried to tell me that, like, I didn't know who John Wick was. I'm like, do you even know where John Wick came from? She's like, you don't even know. She was like, you don't know who John Wick is. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, do you know where he came from?
Johnny Mnemonic, man.
It was just kind of hilarious the way she kind of like told me that. I was like, what the hell do you mean? I don't know who do you know who John Wick is? And it was kind of funny, but yeah, it was kind of interesting, So that's the one thing about Fortnite, that it's never going to end. And recently, actually, I don't know if we got this in the news or not, but Epic Games just bought a new mall, like they bought a mall in, I think it's North Carolina or whatever the headquarters is.
It is in the news.
Yeah, they bought a mall and they're fucking moving in to this fucking mall.
That's crazy.
That's a new headquarters.
I was looking at a Sky.
Probably right beside the forest that Sweeney owns.
It's where they're gonna build a big ass tower where they're gonna throw all the kids off so they can parachute.
It's right behind the forest, Jesus. And what's happening is he's buying little chunks of land at a time. It's all connected.
Yeah.
And this is gonna turn into one giant battle royale.
Yeah, one real Fortnite map where he's gonna build a big ass tower, throw the kids off the tower into the fucking forest.
So we got the woods area covered. Now we got the internal building area covered.
Yeah, the urban area.
Next he's gonna buy a city somewhere
some fucking US. Some downtown.
At this rate, he's probably gonna buy Washington.
Yeah, man. Jesus, it's kind of wild. But yeah, anyways. So I was telling you guys, I kind of fell off of Call of Duty, man, and I don't know what it is about that game. It's something I just don't like it. It's just, I mean, I get in there and I play like what is it? Like Nuketown 24/7, and that's the only map I like. That's literally the only fucking map that I like enjoy playing. And they have maps from Modern Warfare 3 and they're like raid and shit, and I kind of like those maps. And like I don't know, man. It's just I've fallen off Call of Duty this year, and it's kind of shitty because That's the one game that I really liked last year. Like, it's the one game that I could go to and always play and always have fun, you know. And this time it's like, I guess Call of Duty. Whoa.
Or COD.
Whoa.
Come on, Battlefield 5 or not 5, but 6.
6?
Whatever we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get something going. But yeah, wait for news in June this year to be released, and hopefully in November.
Yeah, next year probably. But other games, you know, besides Cyberpunk that I played, you know, so I was trying to find something to play, and you know, I've been really eyeballing that. What's that game called?
Bug Snacks.
No, it's on VR. Medal of Honor.
Watch.
It's Medal of Honor or something, but it's the game by
the new
Respawn.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's by Respawn, and I've been looking at that, and I don't know if I want that or not. I literally haven't seen anyone cover this game. Like no one.
I
Like
forgot.
this game
I
came
didn't
out.
check the new review for it.
This game came out and no one played it. I think no one has talked about it. Like,
Somebody in the community was going to buy it. Was it Leahy? I think he was talking about it, but
Yeah, Leahy was talking about it in Discord.
I never asked him if he picked it up or not.
yeah, so somebody has to play this and tell me if I should get this or not. I mean, I really thought about it, and then I was like, nah.
It reminds me of one. Jesus, you probably help me remember. There was one on the Oculus that was it was like a major shooter, but it was kind of like a tech demo, kind of like. I mean, I'm trying to remember who it was now. It wasn't a Medal of Honor game, was it?
The one that Respawn made, yes.
Was that what it was? No, I mean not the one that just came out, but there's one that's been out for a little while. Or is that the one you're talking about?
No, this one just came out like in December.
Yeah, there's one that's been out for like a year, and I can't remember. It was like a
Pavlov?
big shooter. No, it was an actual big shooter, like Call of Duty kind of thing. But I can't remember what the name was now.
What are you talking about? And it came to VR?
Yeah, it was a VR game, and we both skipped it. Or you might have had it, and I didn't. I never picked it up. But it
I have no
was not
idea.
that good. I'll have to look and get back
Was
to you guys.
it the Battle Royale one? Or Jesus played that one? That was
No, it
different.
wasn't even a battle royale. It was just it was like a separate experience, but it had a tag from some major shooter franchise.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
look it up while you guys are going.
But yeah, besides that, you know, like I was like, I don't know, man. So I played a little bit of Frostpunk, and that game still holds up to this day. That game is fucking so good. So good.
Yeah, I keep looking at that autumn DLC. Like every week I look at that and I'm like, I should get that. But I just keep going back to play I'm getting better just at building bridges when I need to and not wasting resources.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting better at the game.
Yeah, that one's
I'm
definitely
not dying so fast
a
or
resource.
getting my ass lynched.
That one's definitely a resource thing. But I know one game that I'm going to buy that I was looking at for when I was looking at the games to buy. I definitely am going to buy Hitman 3 when it comes out. Because
Absolutely.
Hitman is one of my favorite franchises. Like, I fucking love that franchise.
That'll be a day one purchase for me.
So
I've been playing those things since 2000.
Yeah, like
Not even before that. If they
literally.
even existed before
like
that.
I've been playing it, since the original Xbox, and I've always loved them, and so that's definitely one that I'm gonna buy when it comes out on the 20th.
So you know, Jesus, there was an article. I think I did put it up last week, but last week's show was canceled, and that was something to do with where basically what they're doing is so when you buy Hitman 3, there's no clarification in the article. So I'm sure we'll find out more when we get close to release date. But basically what they're saying, like, hey, you buy the vanilla game, Hitman 3, and they're not saying what platforms, but I assume all of them, that they're also including Hitman 1 and 2. So, and it'll be 100 gigs. And the other thing too, like, hey, do we get the choice to install those other games? But I'm sure that'll be a thing as well. Where you just like, hey, I just bought Hitman 3, but you have the option to download the two previous games that are included. Now, there are DLC, I know, Jesus, included with those. And I don't know if those will be part of the whole package or not. We'll find out. And if those are also getting visual enhancements, and they didn't say whether they would be for the new consoles or not. And if they were coming day one. Stay tuned.
Yeah, so I know for a fact that they've said before that the when you buy Hitman 3, you're gonna get this 2-in-1. It's simply because the whole premise, the way they did 1 was in that episodic format. The way they did 2 was just buy 2 or whatever. And the way they're doing 3, I don't know how they're doing it. If it's just the whole game at once or you're getting episodes. I don't know how they're doing it, but I know that if you get 1, you get all of them. So I know pretty sure if you buy 3, you get all the last 2 games or whatever. Hitman.
But I think
Hitman 1 and 2.
But isn't that the new format that they've gone since Hitman 1 is just...
Yeah, since the remastered Hitman.
Available day 1, they're just in episodic form. Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm fine with that.
When I say Hitman 1, I don't mean Hitman like from
2000.
From 2000. I don't mean Hitman contracts or whatever from like 2001 or whatever the fuck, like I mean like the remastered Hitman that came out like in 2016, 2017.
I think it was 16.
But those games they look incredible even to this day. So like I can't wait to see what they've done because I know they've remastered the engine on some of those and then they've polished the graphics up. So I kind of look forward to playing all of it again because there is a story there. If you played the first one, you know there's a story between Agent 47 and his handler Diana. She gets killed by the I think it's called IOI, which is the fucking hitman service that he works for or whatever, like the agency he works for. I think she gets killed and he's trying to avenge her or some shit or figure out why she was murdered, and they're kind of after him too now because he knows too much, but they can't really kill him because he's the best agent they have or some shit. It's a whole story there, guys. There's a whole fucking... You're not just murdering people for fun, Mayo. There's a story here, Mayo. There's a fucking story of why you're killing all these people.
It's no fun being a hitman. That was... Jesus, you just struck a memory like where... I think I ended up going to Diane's apartment. Was that in Hitman 2, the 2017-18 game or whatever? Oh, yeah, it was so good. Definitely a good story.
Yeah, I love those. I love those games. And even with I don't know if you played the one that was before the remasters. Absolution was the last one that came out on the 360 back in 2013, right before the Xbox. I played through that
several times.
Right before the Xbox One came out. That one was the worst one in the series, in my opinion, because it completely... That's the one people like the most that are not fans of the series. People that have only played Hitman since then love that one because like, oh, this is so good. It's just like an action movie, yes. But they completely threw away the Hitman formula where you're put into a map and you kind of have like a sandbox to figure out how to assassinate people. You kind of have to like... The way Hitman has always been designed, in my opinion, is you're put into a sandbox, kind of like okay, this guy is in a compound. You're gonna have to figure out the disguise to get into the compound, or you can dress up as a doctor, or as a cab driver, or as the limo driver, or as you're trying to figure out like all these different costumes you can use to get through security checkpoints and shit. Whereas Hitman Absolution kind of had that, but their format was like an action game, you just kind of had like this corridor shooter, like you're walking through hallways and just shooting people, you're kind of just whatever, and I didn't really like that formula at all. But in that story, if you remember the story from that one, was that you were actually being hunted by the agency because, like I said, Diana did your handler. Her name is Diana, I'm pretty sure, or Diane or some shit. She betrayed the IOI, like she. You were supposed to do a contract, and she sent you to do the different contract. Like, she betrayed the agency. Like, instead of killing the people that they hired her to kill, she had you kill somebody else. And you didn't know that you were killing the wrong person because you were just doing your job, right? As Agent 47, you were just like, okay, I got the contract. This is the person I got to kill. And you murdered those people, and those people were the fucking, like they were part of the agency or some shit. And, like, so now... they're after you in that game, and that's why they send like all these fucking hit squads after you and shit. And then that fucking story is wild, dude. If you look into the history of Hitman, it's just a fucking crazy like timeline, the story that they have for that game. Like even for like how they created.
I thought the movie was like a side story type thing, but that was really good. It
kind of goes into how they created him or whatever, the Agent 47 or whatever, because he's not a human. He's like a clone. Like, like in the movie, they said that they grabbed him as a child or whatever. And like, yes, he was a child when they started training him, but he's a child that's a clone of this one guy. This one guy who was like a
differentiation was the barcodes. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this one's number,
yeah,
they're all
that's
47.
his number is 47 because that's what it says on his barcode. But there's other ones. There's like Agent 1, Agent 2, Agent 3. But they're all clones, and they're all clones off of this one guy who was like the super assassin dude or whatever. This dude who was like a super badass fucking killer. And the government, or like somebody, I don't know if it was the government or like the fucking Illuminati or whatever the fuck, wanted to clone him, and they did. But that's how they got all these kids to train as him. But the Agent 47 is actually like the closest like replica of him. Like he's the most, like he got the most, like fucking genes of him or whatever the fuck. And he's like such a badass. That's why he's like the best assassin they have or whatever.
Maybe we can get John Wick to meet him.
John Wick versus Agent 47.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then Johnny Silverhand shows up in his head. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Cyberpunk is in there. Oh, whoa. Mind blown, Mayo.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. Hitman. Cyber Hitman 3077.
I'm really looking forward to it myself. I feel like that's like the next game that I'm looking forward to.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, I fucking love that game. I fucking love it. As you guys can tell, I love him, man. But besides all these games I was saying I was going to buy, one game that has really pulled me back into gaming that I want to speak of, and I fucking love this game. It's a PlayStation exclusive, Mayo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what a surprise there, huh?
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Ghost of Tsushima. So this game, man, this samurai game that I kind of fell off of in the middle of the summer when it came out, I went back to it, and just like that, like within like minutes, I was totally back into the world. Like I don't know about you, Mayo, all right? But I know one thing about samurais, and I know Tom Cruise saved them all. Okay.
Tom Cruise saved them all? Okay.
Tom Cruise was the last samurai, and he saved them all.
Yeah.
All right, Gunny? God damn it, you. He was the last samurai, Gunny. Damn it, you. And you know what? This makes me feel like Tom Cruise. When I play this game, I just think about Tom Cruise and him being the last samurai. And I'm like, I need to play this game because this is what Tom Cruise would want me to do. This is destiny right here. All right? It's so fucking good. I rescued my uncle, what's his name? Lord Takemura. I rescued him from the fucking Mongolians, from the castle. And then like a betrayal happened in the middle of that whole thing. This guy that was supposed to be like your best friend or whatever, and he was supposed to be there to help you, is there to kill you. And then you got like this whole fighting scene with him. And this game,
I watched that.
This game is so cinematic. I've never seen a game. Well, I guess I have with like The Last of Us and Uncharted and every other fucking PlayStation exclusive pretty much, and God of War. Okay, so I have seen games that are like this, but this game is so cinematic, Mayo, that like when you're playing it and you got like these duels and the way the camera is set up and the way the ambience and like the fucking surrounding, like for example, when you're fighting this dude who's betraying you, like I think he was like your best friend as a kid or something, and he's like part of like this, they're called the Straw Hats, and they're like this like ragtag group of like, they're not samurais, but they're kind of like the rejects of the world or whatever, like they know how to use swords and shit, but they're not samurais, you know what I mean? So they're kind of like
they're the ones that couldn't make it to samurai status.
Yeah, they're kind of like hobos or whatever, because the samurai, they really are. They're like hobos, because samurais are like lords. Like you are Lord Jin or whatever. Like you are a lord. Your dad was like part of like this fucking samurai family that's like, like you're part of like this fucking dynasty or whatever the fuck, like you're royalty or whatever, pretty much. And these dudes are kind of like hobos or whatever. They don't have any blood ties to like real samurai, so they can't be samurai. And this dude is like your best friend, and there's a whole side quest thing with him where like you kind of help him get his ragtag group of friends, like out of like the Mongolians fucking like they're captured everywhere, so you go and help this dude break him out of like these camps and shit, and like he gets this group together, and you help him like get food for them, because they're all fucking starving and shit, because the the Mongols have taken all the fucking food on the island or whatever. So you kind of help him do these side missions, and then when it comes down to it, you know, you do these side quests for other people as well. Like this lady who's like she's like lady whatever the fuck her name is. She's the last person from like her house or whatever. And there's this guy who's like an archer, and he used to be like a badass fucking samurai archer type dude or whatever. You get all these people to help you, and they're supposed to all help you break out your uncle from this castle because this castle is super guarded or whatever. And that's the thing you got to do. Like in the first part of the game is you got to break your uncle out of this capture. You know, he's captured. You got to break him out. And they're like, where the fuck are the Straw Hats? Like everyone else is there, you know. And they're like, hey, you said these motherfuckers would be here. Where are they? And you're like, well, they didn't show up. You know, they kind of failed me. They didn't show up. You know, and you know, the character's like, I'll remember this. I won't forget that they didn't show up. And like in the middle of that whole scene where you're going through the castle doing all these different fucking fight sequences and shit, you know, taking out all these guards and shit, this dude shows up out of nowhere and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here for like your head. Like the Mongols offered me more money to kill you, you know, like they said, if I kill the samurai, they'll feed my people and they'll give me riches and I will never have nothing, you know, I will never need anything again. So then, like, it goes into, like, this crazy fight scene in this pond, dude, and, like, I was just fucking mind blown. I don't know if it was because I was a little tipsy, dude, but mine was fucking blown. I was like, this is so fucking cool. Like, I am in a fucking samurai movie or something right now, Mayo. It was that cool, man. And, yeah, I'm playing this on the PS4 Pro, so it's obviously 30 frames. There is a performance mode on the PS4 Pro where it does performance over quality or whatever, but it's still locked at 30 frames, so I kept it in quality mode, and it looks incredible, dude. And there's like these other parts of the game, these other scenes in the game where you're walking through like a field, and it's a field that, like, say the Mongols have been through there and they kind of like burned down a whole field, and there's these burning bodies on like this, like, you know, like on stakes and shit. Like they burn bodies, they burn the people in the village or whatever, and so like you see all these tied up bodies that are burnt up. And as you're walking through the field, you know, everything's usually colorful in this game. Everything's very bright and colorful and vibrant. You know, the leaves that are falling through the air, you know, they're all colorful. They're all pink and gold and green and shit and yellow and different colors. And when you get to like these scenes where everything has been burned by the fucking Mongols, everything turns kind of black and white. You know, like everything that's been burnt is black and white, and you're kind of like, the only thing that has color is your guy, like your samurai guy, you know, like even he kind of turns kind of like black and white, his colors, and only like his red, like the red on your armor is kind of highlighted, and like your sword is kind of highlighted in the colors, and it's so cinematic. I'm like, holy shit, like this game is something else, dude. I really... Like, if you have a PS4, you really should play this fucking game. You really should. This game is so good, and I'm so jealous of the people on the PS5 that get to play this at 60 frames, because it probably is so fucking good on the PS5, and I wish I had one. I've been looking for one. Can't find one yet, but I hear that more stock is coming soon to the stores here in January, so hopefully. But, man, I am fucking loving Ghost of Tsushima, dude. Ghost of Tsushima, hands down...
Yeah,
one of the best gaming experiences of this year.
Nothing but good about that game. And I think it was you that said something on the Facebook community, or somebody said something, and, like, and everybody else jumped in and were like, "Oh, I platinumed that game too," or "I platinumed that game," and "I platinumed that game," and I'm like, everybody just loves this game. So it got me thinking. So what do you think, Jesus? Should I just be, since you're the responsible one here with money and you make these good decisions? You're drinking tonight, right? Okay. Sound advice over here.
Yes.
Should I buy a PS4 Pro to hold me over till I can find a PS5 just to play Ghost of Tsushima and maybe Spider-Man until I can find a PS5?
I think
this new OLED.
Well, I think so. I think that wouldn't be a bad purchase, actually. I mean,
depending on how much they are right now.
PS4 Pros are still, I think, full price. They're still $400. If you could find one used, that's cheaper.
If I can find one. I don't think I've seen them new in the stores for a while.
In the stores, yeah, you're not going to find one. Like, I think I saw one the other day at the store, and I was like, wow, like, I'm surprised this fucking thing is in here.
And they did announce that they would be discontinuing production for the PS4 and PS4 Pro.
Well, they're not discontinuing. They just have slowed it down significantly. You know, like, they're kind of like Where before, like when consoles used to come out in the past, it was just you would still see shit on the shelf because they would just make constantly. But like, I think companies have gotten a lot wiser about like staggering down their inventory before the console launch of the new generation or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why like right now we're seeing kind of like shelves are kind of empty from Xboxes and like PS4 Pros because they staggered them out. Like they're kind of like not really making them anymore. So
and I figured also, like they're just probably trying to make room for more.
I would say
on the ship.
I would say that you would probably be good off if you find a used one that's cheap. I would get it.
Right now, I just jumped on GameStop while you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop is saying $369.99 for PS4.
Yeah, that's a good price. You could figure you could play.
Aren't they $399 new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's only $39 off.
No, that's not worth it.
I know,
man.
that's fucking GameStop for you.
Yeah.
Right.
What else could you get out of there?
Payments of $92. Jesus, drunk Jesus. Is that good idea?
Yeah. I don't know.
And
man.
probably maybe also God of War, Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Be another good addition to playing as well. Like, PS4 Pro.
Your PS4.
What's that?
I'll just send you my keyboard for your PS4.
Oh, the keyboard. Why?
Yeah, because you need one.
Oh, right.
You want a
Exchange.
new
Hello.
keyboard, right?
Yeah, come on, Gunny. Jesus, tell you what, man. 50 years old, and it's already happening.
I'm ready for a nap here, guys.
It's already
here.
fucking happening. Jesus.
So, guys, I sold my PS4 VR.
What?
To a coworker.
Why?
I never use it. That's the thing. Like, I might log in on that shit on Monday, right? On my PlayStation. I'm only going on there once a week. It's because I need to bring it here to the fucking room and move some shit around. It's tight spaces over here, right? So, it's just I just wasn't using it. And Kyle wasn't using it. That was the thing too, guys. If Kyle was using this thing, I'd be like, great. It's getting use.
I feel like
but he's on his laptop.
That's kind of how I feel about my Oculus Quest. I've never used that thing. Like, my kid uses it more than I use it. And that's like not even that much. So it goes to show like how little I've used VR lately. But you know what? I can't get rid of it because VR is fucking awesome when I'm in it.
Yeah, there's going to be games for it. Just things have really slowed down on the game front.
The thing, it seems like once you get in it, oh, this is so great.
Yeah.
Just some reason there's that disconnect of like wanting to actually physically be in it.
Yeah.
And not being in it. Like when you're not in it, you feel like it's almost
like you don't need it, When you're not in it, you're like, I don't really need it. But when you're in it, you're like, how do I live my life any other way? This is the best way to game.
You take it off and 2 days later you forget.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing I'm discussing too with my son is as far as like getting him a new gaming PC and whether we need to get Oculus as well. But obviously we can't have both financially, but yeah. Maybe I could just get the cheapest Oculus I can.
They're not expensive. They're like $300 right now, and I know a lot of people that have gotten that new one, the Oculus Quest 2, and they really like it. So
yeah, I think it's got great
had
reviews.
it stock yesterday. I went there. I was killing some time. And they had about 10 of them in stock, and then they had the cord where I could plug it to my PC. But that cord was $80, so that makes it basically the same price as my Rift 2 or my Rift S that I had before. So it basically puts it almost at the $399 mark.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So $299 for the Quest 2 and $80 for the cord. So I was kind of like, hey, I'm just gonna wait.
But yeah, man, that's all I really played this week. I'm on big shout out to Ghost of Tsushima that really has brought me back into the gaming. Like I look forward to playing this game every fucking day, man. Like this is the type of this is the reason why. People always ask, well, why is PlayStation, better? And it's not that PlayStation is better in terms of hardware or in terms of network or in terms of social networking within the console. Xbox has that down. Xbox has the social networking down within the console, within the ecosystem. They have the better party system. They have the better friends list. They have the better store that's easier to navigate. They have all that, right? But when it comes to games, man, you just can't beat the experiences that you can get on the PlayStation. You might be able to beat them, but it's very few far in between where you can compare games to like just the caliber that Sony is able to pull off, dude, with the acting, the storytelling that they have in these fucking games. It's fucking top notch. And it's not just this game that came out last year that Sony killed it with it. They fucking did it with The Last of Us 2, dude. With The Last of Us 2, like, I played that thing for 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. Like, legit would go home and only play that. and then, whatever, like that's just the caliber of storytelling is you cannot compare it, and people are like, well, Xbox has studios now. We got Bethesda. Like, yeah, but games. Where's
we haven't reaped these rewards yet, so
yeah, I mean, you're probably not gonna see, like, even like Phil Spencer said recently, you're not gonna see these games come out for the next 5 years, probably 6 years for some. So, what? You mean we're not gonna see them on the Series X, but maybe the next series consoles that you have? Like,
yeah, jeez.
It's like, wow, like Jesus, that's a long time.
COVID, yeah, but
still though, man, like it's still a long time. Sony's gonna keep pumping out their exclusives because they've been working on them. Like the next God of War, dude. They're gonna have a special PS5 for it and all this shit for it. They're gonna do it. A bundle with the PS5 with the next God of War. I think it's called Ragnarok or something like that. It's gonna fucking be sick, dude. Like, I look forward to that.
Clank, is it?
Ratchet and Clank looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got all these games, these exclusives that they have coming out. It's kind of like Nintendo's power also. Nintendo, when they come out with the console, they got the fucking exclusives. These motherfuckers know.
Yeah.
Yo, we launch a new fucking whatever, a new fucking handheld that's a piece of shit. But yo, motherfucker, you want to play the new Zelda, you better buy this new fucking thing. And it's like, oh, everyone loses their shit and they go and they buy the new Zelda for this new fucking console, and everyone loses their mind, And then you can't find them because they're fucking sold out everywhere or whatever the fuck, like the PS5 is right now. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's kind of wild to me. And, not to say that, Xbox sucks. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Xbox has the better hardware. Xbox has the... Pretty much everything else is better on Xbox. Your friends list, the way to connect to talk to your friends, everything else is better on Xbox.
Game Pass
is better on Xbox than PS Now, but it's the games, like the exclusive games that it comes down to that you just can't fucking compare them. Like, I wish, for the people that only play on Xbox that listen to this podcast, I wish you could experience Ghost of Tsushima. I really fucking do. Like I was playing this the other day, Mayo, and I was thinking to myself, I can't fucking wait till this game comes to PC. Like, yeah. Like, this shit on PC is going to be fucking lit, dude. It's going to be like, wow, like, fucking what the fuck? Like, when this game comes to PC, I'm buying it. I made up my mind. Whenever the fuck, I don't care if it's 5 years from now or whatever, I'm probably going to buy this fucking game whenever it comes to the PC. Because it's that good, and it's like, it's just, I hope they make a sequel to this game. Or I don't know how the story ends. Maybe there isn't room for a sequel, but maybe you could set a prequel to it or something. I don't know, but it's fucking cool as shit. And I love everything about it. It really, like, brings you into the Japanese culture with this fucking poems that you're fucking making up in the game. You fucking make up haikus and shit, and you're fucking the way the fucking, it looks like some kind of like samurai movie. Think of like some old school samurai movie you've seen on TV. That's what you're in. That's what this game is. You're in a fucking samurai movie, dude. It's so good, nice. Man. Anyways, Mel, what have you been playing, Mel?
Oh, so while we're on this subject, right? You're talking about Nintendo and their exclusives and stuff like that. I jumped on my Switch the other day, and I ended up picking up. I was kind of looking for something to play myself, and I ended up picking up Hyrule Warriors: The Age of Calamity. I had a friend streaming this, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and just check this game out. And I was kind of watching. I'm like, it looks pretty interesting. Like, I'm curious. So I ended up just buying it. I'm like, I kind of feel like playing something different right now, and I kind of feel like playing in the living room, and just kind of sitting there chilling. And so I went ahead and just bought this on the Switch on their digital store and just downloaded it and started playing it. And I'm having a blast with this game. And this game gets like really high ratings, like IGN and all them are giving it like 9s and 9.5s, and my only complaint so far in this game, Jesus, is I am absolutely lost when it comes to story. So this game is taking place in the Zelda universe, and it has Link, it has Zelda, it has this little robot that looks like R2D2, like it's got like 3 legs on it with an eye in the center of them, and it beeps and stuff, and that's how it talks. It's from the future because it went back to the past, and it went back to the age of calamity before like Ganon and I don't know, all this stuff is going on, right? But so as I was trying to do some research on this game and like what this game is about, they're like, "Oh, it's not even canon. It's actually 100 years before Zelda, but it's not in the same universe." And I'm like, "What?" So I don't know, but this game is pretty cool though. So I think it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors. So it's like a hack and slash fighting game where you run around in a big open battlefield and there's just tons of little enemies coming at you, and you're just hacking your way through. And as you kill so many enemies, you build up a special meter and you can unleash a special. And so like you just be hacking your way through, and it keeps track of how many enemies you kill. And I've had a couple levels where I've killed like 3,000 enemies like on this level, and they just keep respawning. You just kind of kill them, and then they'll have like these bosses that will appear in these forts, and you have to go into this circle forted area, and there'll be a boss there with all these enemies. You kill the enemies, and you got to fight this boss. You can lock onto him, and he'll have like different abilities. He'll have like this like big like sledgehammer type weapon, and you have this ability to have like a magnet, and you can basically use this magnet ability, and it kind of freezes him for a second, and it will make a weak spot on him, so you can get behind him and you can do a bunch of damage to him. So you have to kind of counter whatever they're using.
You know where you have that ability too?
What is that?
In Breath of the Wild.
Is that? And it could be a lot of stuff it's from. Yeah. They have fire, magnet, heat, or fire.
That's all the elements,
ice,
pretty much. Yeah.
Wind,
all that shit.
So yes, you get all those incorporated for your regular attacking, and then they give you, so you have light attack and heavy attack, and you got combos. So you have like 3 light attacks and 1 heavy attack would do a different animation compared to 2 light attacks and 1 heavy attack. Or you can have one where you can hit like 4 light attacks and you'll give you a different animation. And so like you can do different types of attacks depending on your situation. There's like with Link, there's just one where it's like 3 light attacks and a heavy, and you kind of start sliding on your shield, and you can just like bowl through people, and it just like knocks them all over the place, and it's like a charge attack, and it has like that Japanese like flair to it and everything as you're attacking them. So I'm like enjoying it, and you get weapons during these fights, and those weapons have a level. They have an XP level, so you can level up these weapons. But they will also drop other weapons, and later on in the game, you can infuse those weapons with your current weapon to make extra perks on that weapon, like more range and maybe plus whatever defense and stuff like that. So that's an added depth to the game. On top of this, they give you like a large magnitude of characters. I'm like, I keep coming across new characters. So you start off as Link, and then they halfway through the fight, the map is like a big map, and then somebody's across the other side of the map. It tells you, you got to push up on the D-pad, and you're going to take control of this other character. And this character is on the other side of the map. And so basically, she's kind of like a samurai, and her abilities are completely different. Instead of like a sword and a shield, she has like a samurai sword, but her heavy attack is like an absorption thing. So like when you hit your right trigger, it'll put a symbol above these people, and then when you attack them, you can absorb that symbol, and it will spawn like little ghost versions of her beside her. And so you have like a broader area that you can attack, and then they work together. And if you can absorb all 3 symbols with that character, it changes like how strong she is and how strong her like special ability is and stuff. So that's a new character they give you, and you can level her up individually plus her weapon, so then you can level Link and his weapon. You can level this other character and her weapon. And then, so that gives me a little more story. And it talks about these like giant like machines that you're going to use to battle this other giant machine. So you have to go find these other players. So like the 4 corners of the world, you go there, and there is another character that joins your party, and he'll start off at like level 1, and they make you use him, and you kind of learn how he plays. Like I picked up a character who's like a big like strong like sumo guy, and he's like boulder, like he's like rock material, and he carries like a big 2-handed sword, and he has this ability to where he just kind of rolls into a ball and kind of bowls through people, and he has this big, massive attack, and he has like magma and fire as some of his abilities. So I unlock him, and then I'm like leveling him up, leveling his weapons up. Then I find this other character who uses water, and then like her like higher like strong attacks, like she can shoot water up on the map, and then when you hit the one trigger, you bust up through where that water was at, and you do like an AOE damage to everybody around it. So like it gives you like all these different types of fighting that you can do as you're doing your hack and slash your way through this level. But it's just kind of neat. They break it up really nice. The game is, you get to this part where you get to that person and you ride this big machine, and you have to get it back. Like in the one mission I did, like in this magma one, you have to take it back down the mountain after you fought your way up. And it's like this giant, I want to say it was like a almost like a turtle or like a scorpion. I can't remember now, but it was like a slower creature, and you ride in it, and so you're like 50 stories higher than everybody else, but you feel like you're like a tank now. So now you have like a laser beam, and then you have this ground pound that it can just pound the ground and like hurts everybody around it, and you're like walking real slow and just destroying thousands of enemies as you're working your way down. And you have tons of hit points and stuff like that. But right now the goal for me early game is to get all these warriors together, and I'm not sure how many unlockable characters there are going to be, but it seems like there's a good amount, and each character has its own unique fighting style. They feel completely fresh from each other, so it's pretty entertaining. I'm just so lost in the story, so it just like what's going on. I'm not completely sure because I never did play Breath of the Wild, but like trying to figure out the story and like what happened and all this stuff is a little off to me. I can't quite figure all of it out, but I'm kind of picking it up as I go because I haven't played any of the Zelda games in forever. But I am really enjoying this game, and like Jesus, like you were saying, this game is like Nintendo just making this good game and just being this Nintendo game. It's like, it's Zelda, and they just made this spin-off game, and it's fun. Like I found myself sitting down to one day, and I wasn't even feeling like playing games. And I'm like, I'm just gonna sit and play this for a little while because I'm just kind of chilling in my living room. And I played for like 6 hours.
When did this come out?
It just came out in November, so
Okay.
it's not very old. And I think there's another one like it. I would have to look exactly.
Yeah, there's
I haven't
different Hyrule games, I'm pretty sure.
played one in a while, but like I said, I haven't touched Zelda in a long time. But I just want I'm gonna try something different, and it looked fun. So, and you can play 2-player split screen. It does not have online co-op, unfortunately. That would be something I think I wish this game would really have. That would be really fun if you could play with other players online. But it does have the 2-player split screen. So it almost gives me that Pokemon feel too, where you get all these characters in your game and they're all low level. And I'm trying to balance all their levels. So I'm like, instead of playing Link, I'm playing Princess Zelda to get her up to level 20 where Link is at. Then I'm playing the Rock guy to get him level 20. And then I'm like, as you progress through the story, it shows you a map, and you can unlock these other things with stuff you get through your missions that you do. You get like these vegetables and stuff like that, but it allows you to unlock these shops. And the shops, you can train things. You can fuse weapons in these shops, and each shop tends to give you more stuff too. So like, I'm opening new shops, I'm leveling characters, and I'm getting new characters. I'm figuring out each one's placed out. There's a lot to this game, and it really feels deep. It's not just hacking and slashing your way through and just repeatedly button smashing. There's some thought to it, like how you want to attack. Like I said, if you do the 2 lights and 1 heavy, we do that slide attack, it might be beneficial compared to doing a different kind of attack, because there's also timed ones where you go into an instance where you got to kill 400 of these enemies in 3 minutes. So you're just like fighting and fighting and fighting, but you got to like maximize how fast you can take these guys out. So you're trying to use your abilities to your best, and it's something I'm really enjoying. I'm like, this is a great game.
Yeah, it sounds legit. I was actually gonna buy this the other day. I was choosing between this and Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and I know Iams told me that he thinks that I would enjoy Fire Emblem a lot more, because he said it's like an RPG kind of like. He thinks that I would enjoy that more, even though it does have turn-based combat and whatnot. He said that he thinks that I would really like that game. So maybe I should check that out. That game came out. Was it last year, or the year before last? And this, I heard nothing but praise for it, but I just didn't want to like dive into a game for 80 fucking hours. I heard it's pretty long.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people like that game also. But yeah, this game, I think I sent you the link. I think I had the reviews on it, but there's a lot of 9s, a lot of 9.5s out there, and that's kind of what made me just go ahead and just buy it. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't played a Zelda game in so long, and it looked kind of fun. It's just kind of like that silly, just mindless, attacking, but there is depth to it. When I went into it thinking I was just going to just run through this game and just hack and slash my way through, and there is a decent amount of combos, and the characters are very unique, and I'm finding different ones that I like and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting so far. And there's different weapons for like your characters. Link, you can have like a regular sword, or you can have this like a spear kind of weapon. And so the animations are different and stuff. So when you equip different weapons to them, it gives them different animations. So it changes that in the game. So it's polished. They did a really good job in this game. And it's just the only thing that's pulled me away from it this week, and Gunny, I can talk with you about this game, is we had a community night, the other night, and I picked up 7 Days to Die while it was on sale on the Steam sale, and then I guess we could call it like a little birthday present for Gunny. I sent him a copy, so we could play the community night last night, and so we got on with Gunny and myself and Leahy and my son Injustice and Luke II and Drax. We were all in there, and so 7 Days to Die is basically your crafting survival. But Jesus, you have 7 days, and then the zombie horde comes. And boy, does the zombie horde come. Like, they've been playing this game without me a little bit, and they went through a couple of them already. And this game, the day cycle is kind of slow. Like, 1 day is probably, Gunny, I don't know if you've done a couple of days today, right?
Yeah.
So I would say like 1 day daytime cycle in that game is probably like maybe an hour of real time. So
maybe a couple something.
Yeah,
maybe
it takes some time to get to a day, but on that 7th day, so we're sitting there playing, and I haven't experienced the 7th day yet, but they're giving me a gun. They're like, okay, you need to find guns, you need to find ammo, and this kind of stuff. And it's kind of scarce. You have to sometimes make bullets, find bullets, and so they give me guns, and we get this fort. And he's like, okay, 7th day's coming. It's like a blood moon. Zombies come, and you just fight hordes and hordes and hordes of zombies. And I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So what happens? We're like maybe 3 hours in game from before this happening. Who pops on? Gunny Chief jumps in chat. He's like, hey guys, it's like, so I send him the game. He downloads it, and he jumps in like 30 minutes before the horde comes. So we send a guy. He just spawns a random site in the map. And so we add him to the party so we can see where he's at. We send a guy out. I think we send Leahy out to go grab him and bring him back to our base. And Gunny's first like 15 minutes of this game is surviving this zombie horde. And basically you just get attacked by zombies from all directions for probably 25 minutes, probably, Gunny? 20 minutes, 25 minutes?
I'd say, yeah, maybe it was probably only 20. It felt like it was 20. So, but I guess I'm curious because I know that who's had this game longest? Has it been Nico? Has he played it more?
Nico and Drax have played it quite a bit.
Yeah, because they haven't been doing like the nights. They've been doing like this like every night. It's like since last week. And so I'm curious because they did say like it's every 7 days. So I don't know if like day 14's harder and day 20
they get harder. So
because they're playing on normal.
Yeah, the first time you and I missed the first 7 days. So last night was day 21.
Okay, because we're on day 22 today. We were playing. Makes sense.
So it gets a little harder each time. So I guess the next one's going to be even more difficult. And so, but yeah, it was crazy. There's like these infected zombies that can climb up on walls, like these ones that crawl that can kind of hop over walls, ones that are infected that explode, and they just keep coming after you and just coming. I mean, I went through, I think 400 shotgun shells because they gave me a shotgun, and then I had a pistol, which I went through all my ammo. I had an AK. I had an AK with like 400 rounds or something like that. But I know like Drax had 1,000 rounds. I had 400 rounds.
Did everybody run out of ammo?
Yeah, I think everybody ran out of ammo, and we're all using axes and baseball bats to finish.
You guys had 1,000 rounds and you ran out of ammo. What kind of fucking
person had 1,000 rounds?
What kind of fucking shots are you taking here? You headshots only, guys.
Dude, this is not fucking Warzone where they take one headshot, man. Like you got.
Yeah, they take a couple hits and then they blow their head off. Like I was blowing.
They come at you again.
I think I killed 150 zombies myself in that 15 minutes.
That's nothing, man. Like if I was there, I would have killed.
No, it's not.
I would have killed like 4,000 zombies just myself.
Yeah, well, you should be there with us next time.
Everybody,
look, listen, Gunny, listen. If I would have been there, Gunny, all right, listen.
You would have been hiding in the house.
I would have busted out my last samurai skills like Tom Cruise, and I would have ran out there with my sword and fucking killed all the zombies by myself. Oh, yeah. I would have killed them all by myself while Mayo stood in the room crying that he had no ammo left.
I'm out, man. I'm gonna hide by the fire. Lock door.
Sure.
I would have been like, guys, get inside the house, and then I would have pulled out my sword like a badass samurai, and I would have killed them all by myself.
You know why you won't play this game, Jesus? You know why you won't play this game with me, Jesus?
Why?
Because there's friendly fire.
Oh yeah. No, you're gonna kill me at the first. Oh, I thought
you go through the hallway, and
I thought that was a zombie.
And I'm gonna shoot you in the back.
I thought that was a zombie, guys. It's clearly Jesus. It says Jesus over his head, and you clearly shot him. And it's Jesus.
Shotgun, right to the head.
You asshole! Like fucking Tarkov. For the first thing you did is shoot me, you fucking dick. Hey Jesus, why can't you jump over this wall? Well, maybe because my guy got fucking shot, you asshole.
I don't know.
Just like in Tarkov, Jesus, you can have. I did have a sprained leg at one point in time, so I couldn't jump and move as fast. You can break it after time, like it will break, and you can get like infection. You get hungry, you get thirsty. You got to watch your hunger levels, your thirst levels. You can get sick. You can get dehydrated. I found out.
Ooh.
I'm like, guys, why do I have like this little sun icon beside my thing? And they're like, oh, you're too hot. You can get too cold if you're not. Like when we were doing the zombie horde, I think Gunny had the same problem. The screen kind of started getting frosty, and like we weren't like close enough to a campfire because it was night, and we were getting cold. It's pretty fun though. Like we had a good time. Like it was nice with the community.
That was fun. It was because it was just like, hey, I jumped in, and I'm like, I don't know if my character was glitched at first because I know I didn't even do the character creation. Like I was just charcoal black color.
Oh
right?
yeah, Jesus.
Like, oh my god, I thought you were a zombie. Like
Gunny comes in this game, right?
Okay. I had this invisibility look to me, but I wasn't invisible.
Leahy goes and finds him, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "I barely seen you because you look like a zombie. I totally would have shot you if I didn't know it was you." And so he's like talking about Gunny and like what he looks like when he comes all the way to the base, right? And we're all huddled around Gunny, and we're like, what the hell? Like, what happened to you? All he is a black shadow. There is no features to him whatsoever. He's just a black outline of a figurine with two eyeballs. He has no clothes on. He has nothing. He is literally just a black shadow with a pair of eyes, and that's all he is as a character. Hell? We don't know how, what
because I didn't even do the. I just downloaded it and joined game. So,
yeah.
But I can't change it as long as I'm in
character. Jesus, as you would know, Mohawk and all looks pretty similar in life. Everybody else, my son is this one little small girl, and then Nico is like a normal looking guy, and Drax is this blue wizard looking guy. We call him the Blue Wizard, but he's like a blue skin guy. And here comes Gunny. Just spawns in the game, runs around, and
fucking shadow people.
He looks like a shadow. What was the game that had the shadow people in it? Like Kingdom Hearts, I think. Just straight up, just a black outline with a pair of eyes. That's all he is. He is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. And so then we give him clothes just so we can see him. And
I got like a little bit of
floating kind of pair of clothes, basically, in this game. I'll have to screenshot him for you next time. He's hilarious.
Floating pair of clothes. You should just give him glasses. Like put glasses on, and that's
there's
floating sunglasses.
But I
We're gonna
think
give him
you
like a
need to
wig.
do
He's
that.
gonna be like a little wig and just a pair of.
Yeah, like a wig.
I mean, he's not like floating close because you can see the black outline, but the game is very dark.
Put like
so,
a
he
fucking
just
wig
blends
on
in.
him, like a blonde wig with some fucking
Red.
glasses.
Pink, something. Like,
Oh, hey guys, why is there a pair of floating glasses and fucking blonde hair over there? Oh, that's just Gunny, guys. That's just
Gunny,
Gunny.
who sent the screenshot to you?
That was Leahy. I've got it. I'll send it to Jesus after the
Yes,
show. But
yeah, send it to Jesus so he can see the screenshot of you because you're pretty striking. I have never seen such a scary looking character in my entire life in a video
yeah, when
game.
he
Like,
sent me that, I was
I
like,
would
what
not
the
want to
hell?
meet him.
I definitely look like some kind of like, like some sort of shadow alien. That's what I don't know. It's just the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah,
And you'll see it.
he
You're
does.
gonna be like, I'm all like, there's like this light behind me, like
Dude.
fucking ET or something.
Gunny, you don't know what aliens look like, Gunny. Why are you being offensive to alien? What if there's an alien listening to our podcast right now and he's like, I feel offended that Gunny just
Alien
thinks that that's what I
Hard
look
just
like.
Downloaded the show, like, you motherfucker.
I don't look like this. How dare you?
He's gonna leave a bad review,
Yeah.
Gunny.
God damn it, Gunny. You need to
Alien
apologize.
from space.
Gunny, you need
But
to
it's-
apologize right now to that alien.
Sorry. I'm not an alien. I could be some humanoid figure. But you know what I did today, guys?
What?
Because I was doing my birthday stuff today, but I was in the chat and I created my character. I just went with, I put myself as I basically look like the Hulk, right? But it's just like I'm green. I'm green with big hands. But I think that the hands like super big like the Hulk.
It's an upgrade from the fucking shadow people, I guess.
Yeah. Now I look like an alien. Okay. Green aliens, you hear me? But that's my new character.
So I think,
but I can't. Obviously, I got to keep this shadow character in Leighton's server. But I know you can create is it a custom or what is it? Not a custom server, but dedicated server.
yeah, I think we're working on that. I think Leahy's trying to get a server where we can jump on at any point in time because right now Leahy is the only one that he's the one kind of hosting. And so we can't get into the server unless he is on. But I think we're trying to work on getting a server where we can just jump on at any point in time and go in and craft and do stuff because there's a big area you can explore. And so you just go out and explore, you find some weapons, loot everything you can, learn how to craft. You can start making just different, I don't know what, there's so many possibilities, I think. I mean, besides fortifying your fort, because you got so much time, you got 7 days and this horde comes. So you got to find ammo. You can find armor, you can make armor, you can find materials. And so you got to learn how to craft, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to it and you don't have a lot of time. Like, especially where like Gunny and I jumped in because we jump into this game on day 20. I jumped in on 20 and you jumped in the very end of 20, the start of the 21st day. And so this next wave is going to be even harder. And so we have like 7 days a day game time to get our stuff figured out. Luckily, like Injustice, my son, and Nico and Leahy and them and Drax, they have some really good level weapons. So they've been supplying us with some weapons, because we're kind of newer. And so they're like, here's this level 6, AKM, and here's this level 5 shotgun, like this blunderbuss or, and stuff that they find and stuff. So
Now, Jesus, just so you know, when you jump in this or when you die, you can either go back to your body or your bag and pick everything back up. And most of the time, I think it's not like, oh, it's the same 4 zombies that were there. They tend to disperse, but if it's too far away from the base, you're like, fuck, is it worth it to really go out there right now? But you can just say, hey, guys, in your community and say, oh, they can just drop me some, little armor if they have it or some weapons, some boots and stuff like that. You have your own chest. You can keep your chest and your bedroll at the base. That's where it's recommended. You don't actually sleep, but that's where you're going to respawn each time because you start off fresh 0. You keep all your skill points, and I think you keep your armor. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing you keep, right?
I don't know. I don't think you keep your armor ribbon. I think that goes with you when you die. So you have to go back and get your bag when you die. And it shows it on the map. Like, where it's at, but you just have to try to go get to it.
No, because that armor that Ghost Nico and everybody gave me yesterday, it's still on me. I have it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think. Right. So, but it's funny. I'm just trying to think, like, because today if I started my single player game, which can be upgraded to like a co-op or anybody can join type thing, I think I did start kind of fresh. Like I was
because
wearing
you're in a different server, so the one that
server,
Leahy has,
yeah.
when you load into that, you'll
Everything
be
else that you collect uses like any kind of wood and rocks and twigs and fucking blocks and any metals you pick. All that shit is like pretty much gone until you go back to that spot to pick it back up. That's
this game does have. It can be like PvP, Jesus, where you can hurt each other. Like I said, and you have friendly fire. But we've been working as a group, so like we built a fort, and we each kind of claim rooms. So like, okay, this is my room, this is his room. You can lock the door so other people can't get into your stuff. It's like when you have storage, you can lock it, but other people could technically break it and steal it. And like if they really wanted to, like Gunny could just go to my room and just
be a dick and steal all your shit.
Yeah, and it's gonna take a little effort. He's gonna have to like pretty much like destroy
like
the storage cabinet that it's in, I think.
Yeah.
But he could technically take my stuff. We're all sharing stuff right now. We're trying to get through this game together.
So you're saying I can go in there with my samurai sword and kill everybody and take all the stuff?
You could try.
I mean, I'm pretty much Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, okay?
Yeah, you look like Tom Cruise.
I'm pretty much Tom Cruise right now, Gunny, okay? And I'm pretty much going to win. We all know Tom Cruise always wins, and it's pretty much what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We know it. Exactly. So come and play with us, Jesus. Damn, come show us your samurai skills.
This game costs $25. Look, I may look like Tom Cruise. I may have the same skill set as Tom Cruise, but I don't have Tom Cruise money, okay? So, this game is like $25 on Steam. Is this worth it?
Oh,
okay. I am enjoying it myself. I did just pick this game up on the Steam sale for $8.
That was like last month, Mayo. Come on, man.
No, it was like 8 days ago or whatever, right?
What are you talking about? I just checked, and it was like $25 or something, like $40.
No,
this was like 8 days ago, right? So I pick it up. I was talking with Leahy and Nico, and they talked me into getting it. And I'm like, look, the Steam sale is going on. I'll pick it up. So I picked it up, and I told my son, hey, we're going to do this as a community night. They want to get together. We'll play as a group. And my son, sweet, I'd be down if you'll pick it up for me. And I go to the store.
It's like $25.
And it's $25.
Like, fuck this. That's like 3 times more than. That's 4 times the amount of money you paid for this shit.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like, if you really want to play, I'll go ahead and buy it for you. I'm cool with that. It's okay. So I buy it. So I paid $8 and I paid $25. Well, then Gunny went to jump on and he's like, yeah, I don't know if I can really buy it right now. And we're like, come on, Gunny, just jump on. We're getting ready to hit with this horde. It's going to be awesome. It's super easy. So I'm like, Gunny, happy birthday. I'll buy it for you. So I bought it again for $24 more. Wow. So now I'm about $60.
They really like you over there. Whoever made this game. They're like, who is this Mayo guy that keeps buying our shit on Steam? What the fuck? So they probably see their sales spike and they only see is one user's buying all their fucking copies, and it's you, Mayo. You.
Right. So yeah, I bought in this game 3 times. So I guess I would have to say this game is worth it. But because I bought it 3 times. But I do enjoy it. It is a fun crafting survival, and I think the community is what drives this game.
Yeah,
it's like Deep Rock. You got to be playing with people. I think it would be okay by myself. Like, it could get kind of quiet and kind of creepy sometimes because you're walking through, like, this big hotel and you're searching through it and there's just zombies in rooms that just come at you and you just kill them, But then you have to prepare for that 7th day. But when you're in there with a party, we had, like 6 or 7 of us.
Yeah.
We were each guarding walls and we're communicating.
It sounds like you're right. Like I think alone it would be kind of like a stressful game where you're like, oh, fuck, like I gotta find shit, But I think as a group, you're all kind of just bullshitting. Everyone's having it's like summer camp, right? Everyone's having a good time, Mayo and the fucking other chick are making out in the back room, because they're it's summer camp, guys. Everyone's doing their thing, and then 7 days later, in the middle of the night, some fucking killer shows up and starts murdering the Mayo, and we're like, oh shit, everyone's dying, and that's kind of what this sounds like.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much. It's just, hey, it's fun with friends, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
this
fun
game
with
is.
friends. That's what summer camp is, Gunny. It's fun with friends.
Until somebody dies. It's not fun anymore.
That's where everyone starts getting murdered.
There has
Jesus,
been lots
don't
of
go in
death
that
threats. I don't know
door.
if
Don't go in that door,
Gunny
Jesus.
was there for the death threats, but I do know my son a couple of times was talking with Drax. And they were talking about battling it out. My son had an AKM, and Drax was like, "I have this." He was like, "You, Jesus." He's like, "I have like this sword." He's like, "You think you can hit me?"
Yeah,
and my
bro.
son's like, "I'm really good at Fortnite. I have really good foot game.
Drax.
I can hit you."
Let me tell you something, guys. Me and Drax, we're samurais, okay? I'm Tom Cruise, and he's the Asian guy that taught Tom Cruise in the movie The Last Samurai. So he's the one that taught me how to be a samurai. And he would murder your son, Mayo. He would slice him in half, and you would stand there and not even know what just happened. It would be like he would like all you would see, Mayo, is him like opening up the sword, like unsheathing it and then putting it back in, and that's all you would see. You wouldn't even see the swing. You would just be like, "What?" And then your son would like fall apart in half.
Yeah,
and that'd be over.
Those movies where you see like the head.
Yeah, like all you see is the sword pop up and go back in real quick, and all you see is like the body kind of cut in half. I'm on Drax's side. Look, if Drax has a sword, I'm on his side, man. All right? Anyone with the sword is cool in my book.
What about baseball bat with barbed wire?
That sounds too Walking Dead for me. That's not cool enough, man. All right, right now the samurai is the year 2021. Is the year of the samurai. I'm declaring it now, Gunny. This is the year of the samurai. 2021.
All right. We're all getting swords. The new Civil War with swords.
You know, in the Civil War, they had swords, Gunny. They had swords.
Oh, yeah. Right.
All the officers. Yeah. So look at this, Gunny. 2021 is the year of the ox. And you know what an ox is?
Some
It's what samurai would eat for dinner when they killed it with their swords.
Tail.
Yeah.
Dinners.
All right.
But
I'm kind of convinced now. You almost convinced me there, Mayo, that like you're really
what I think you'll like Jesus. I'm just thinking like, okay, what part of this game is Jesus gonna like? I think you'll like. I don't know enough about the PvP stuff where, when you join like a
so
world.
there's like so that's why you can steal people's shit, because you can join random people's worlds.
No, I don't know.
If you
I don't know
open, ours was private, but you can do an open world.
So you're telling me some asshole can show up in there, like SEAL Team 6?
Yes.
Can show up in there and kill everybody and take all everybody's shit?
If it wasn't our private world, yes.
How many players can be in a world?
Like Ark or Rust?
I have no idea.
You know how in those games, I think Ark and Rust kind of work in a similar fashion?
It's like Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Gunny, come on, Gunny. Speak console hobo to me, okay? Stop getting these Ark and Rust shit. We need to speak console hobo for the listeners. All right, it's like Fallout 76, listeners. Fallout 76. See? Now everyone understands, Gunny.
Less quest, less talking, more crafting.
Okay.
The little bit I played of Fallout, like I enjoyed that little bit, but it's a lot of, they give you a quest to go here and do this, and a quest to go there and do that.
Yeah.
This has no quest. It puts you in the world, and it gives you a tutorial like, okay, this is how you build a bed. This is how you build, I can't remember what you have to make out of it.
Block, and this is how you upgrade the block.
Like this is how you make a block, and then this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. Now survive 7 days, and then go explore.
Yeah. The rest is all. Yeah, I think you'd have fun with this, Jesus, because you would get in there, and basically, I think some of the meat of the game with the friends is like, hey, we get in a room, and there's fucking like 6-7 zombies coming out, and they keep respawning. And then at the end, you're like, yeah, fucking Jesus, you fucking stabbed me in the face like 4 times, and I'm down to like 20% health, and you're like, no, dude, I hit the fucking zombie, not you. So it's just a lot of that camaraderie, and yeah, it's a blast.
All right, Jesus, now you don't have a choice. As we speak, I'm sending you a copy.
Oh,
now you're $75 in the hole in this game. Damn.
Mayo owns the company now. He pretty much bought them already.
I have a good amount of stock in here now.
He owns 50% of the company. He's making the decisions for them now.
Show us your sword skills. Oh yeah, you can get guns, Jesus. You can upgrade those guns. I think Injustice had this pretty badass weapon and it had like what is that, a bayonet at the end of it?
Yeah.
But it was a fucking like an AK-47, and he ended up giving me one.
Yeah, he gave you like a level 5 AK-47 or something.
Is that what it was? Was it level 5?
Level 6 is max.
I
he gave you,
immediately
like, a
went
level
back and
5
threw
or
that in my
level 6.
stash so I wouldn't lose it.
But I don't think Gunny can get enough ammo for that AK-47.
No, it only had 27 rounds. But I did go out. The other cool thing was, Mayo, today, was while the boys were, I don't know what the hell they were even doing. They were doing their thing, right? And I'm like, all right, guys, going out for exploration. So I kind of went like behind the base and kind of headed off in that direction. And I filled up my inventory pretty quick of some pretty important shit. So when I came back, I was just dropping like the stuff that I knew I wouldn't need. Like there was like what would you call it? There was a schematic, and I was, telling Leahy, I'm like, I know you want schematics, so here's one of those. Here's parts for like metal parts for something important. And yeah, that was cool. Like everybody's just kind of working together to, come grab whatever you need, and we can use that for the next horde, hopefully.
So Jesus, I sent you your copy. You should get that in Steam here probably any second now. Magic of the internet. But I'm gonna let my son Injustice know that you're gonna be looking for him. That you're gonna samurai sword him.
No, come on.
Oh, you know what I need to do in Injustice?
I'm trying to show up like right when you guys are like down and Gunny's like Gunny's down in the corner with this pistol and he only has 2 bullets left and he's looking at him and he's looking at the zombie horde in front of him and there's no choice, Gunny, and you're thinking to yourself, I gotta use these last 2 bullets on myself. Like I gotta use this, and then you're gonna see a shining light, Jesus coming in on a horse, like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. I'm coming in on my horse, and I'm gonna jump off the horse with my samurai sword, and I'm gonna slice the zombies in front of Gunny and save your life, Gunny. I'm gonna fucking do it, and then you're gonna be like, it's gonna be like a fucking shining light around me. And then I'm going to run into the room, kick the door open, and help Mayo because he's struggling with all the zombies surrounding him. And then I'm going to save Mayo after I saved Gunny. And then I'm gonna fucking save the rest of the crew except for your son. I'm going to have to murder him.
I almost killed him.
Right away, Jesus. Okay, so I like multitasking here. I'm in general chat, in Discord, and Leahy says, another fun night playing 7 Days to Die with the boys. And I said, hey, Jesus just got it. So he says, nice. My son right away, Injustice, says, can I shoot someone next time I play? It's destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Injustice was nice to me today because he was like, hey, Gunny, check this out. I'm going to build up these blocks and go on top of this roof. Watch me go. He got halfway up there, and I had a level 5 sledgehammer and pretty much just took a whack at that thing, and I almost broke both his legs. And he kind of looked at me for a minute or a second. He was like, man, should I just shoot you, Gunny, in the face? Should I? No, I'm going to give you a pass this time. And so continue his way up there.
Also,
but I followed him up there. I got eaten.
Go to the Discord page. Ghost Nico posted the pictures of Gunny. There is a picture of Gunny standing in the bottom picture.
Oh, where's this at? Oh shit, where's this at?
Just tap.
He put it up there.
You don't have to leave the channel.
In general? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see.
The bottom picture there.
There's Gunny. Oh, Jesus, Gunny. What the hell happened to your character, dude?
I have no idea. Where am I? What kind of
you gotta see the one that
I got, guys.
What kind of Nintendo 64 graphics are these?
I'll put up the one that I had.
They're not the greatest graphics in the world, but it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's not horrible. And that's like, I'm not sure what his settings are. Like, I'm running the game on Ultra. I'm getting around 100 frames. And then when
it's too big.
When the wave and the 7th day comes in, I do drop down to like 60. And everybody else, there's some people. One guy in our community, Luke, I think he's playing on an older laptop. He drops down to like single digits sometimes.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
So you need a little bit of a stronger CPU, I think, because it controls all the zombies that are coming in. And it's not like zombies like I would say like in World War Z. They're not fast. It's just last forever. You know, you'll get like 20 coming up one wall on one side and 20 coming from another side, and you're just shooting your way through, and you're like, okay, it's going to be done now. And then in 15 more minutes. You're like, okay, this should be ending anytime soon now. And then you continuing to kill things. You're like 10 minutes later, like, okay, is this really done? You know, is it finally over? Kind of thing.
Interesting.
Good times, man. Definitely look forward to playing with all of y'all.
Oh, there's Gunny's picture.
Yeah, that's the one that
really
Leggy sent me last night, and
that's him without clothes.
the darkness.
Fucking that would be Gunny in real life if there was a zombie apocalypse. Just fucking showing up naked.
What are you?
Naked, covered in mud.
Confused, naked, and covered in mud.
Like that look on his face, like, where the fuck am I?
You see what I mean? There's
Like, yeah,
a pair of eyes with a shadow.
Yeah. Just two white eyeballs. That's
hilarious.
But guys, moving on, guys, to what else I've been playing. Watch Dog Legion.
Dogs.
It's yeah. So I'm still early on. I've recruited like 3 other people, but I think it's just part of the story of who I've recruited.
Okay, who have you recruited?
Let's see. The first one was a female, but I think that's like somebody you have to do.
Okay.
I don't know where the fuck she even came from. And then the other one was, I think it might have been maybe somebody I chose. And it was just some dude who's like, I don't even know, like unemployed or whatever the fuck. Like, it didn't even seem like important or, like, I guess, like, I don't know. Do they have traits, Jesus? Any of these people have different traits outside of what you can equip them with?
Not really, no. I mean, if you let them go about their own thing, kind of follow them around, they have their own personalities, if that's what you mean. But as far as
that was the one thing. Like, okay, I get it. Like, I see they have their own kind of voices and personalities.
They kind of have their own personality, their own kind of thing, like. But as far as like traits, like not really. There's kind of most generic things, like you said. The biggest changes between each character is what you can equip them with and what they can access with their uniform. For example, some characters will be construction workers, and they can get further into a secure construction area because they're dressed up like a construction worker. Or another person will be dressed up as a doctor. They can get to the hospitals or whatever, like into secret areas of the hospitals or medical areas or whatever, because they're dressed as a doctor. Or somebody will be dressed as a cop. You can get these people into places where cops can get into, like maybe a police station or something. You can, like there's people that may recognize that they're not real cops. Like there's certain characters that can recognize that somebody doesn't belong there no matter what. But you can get past most of the normal people. So like if you're dressed up as a cop, you can get, like, I know one of them is, I think you can like get one of those what do you call those guys that wear the big black hats in Britain? Like the fucking Royal Guard or something. What are they called? What are they called, Gunny? You're fucking British, Gunny. What the fuck are they called? Damn it!
I don't know, but I don't know if it's like where the hell am I? Where the hell am I, Jesus? I think I'm in Camden.
Show me your fucking
Southampton or something. And that place is dirty with tents and everything. It's like San Francisco. Maybe that's how it really looks in real life.
But listen, if you hijack one of those, because you can get into like the Buckingham Palace bullshit of the palace where the Queen lives, you can get in there and walk around.
Because it said today, where was I playing it yesterday, and it said kind of one of the last missions I had started was because the guy I recruited, he's talking to Bagley or somebody, and he's like, yeah, like you got to go pick up this thing and move some things around. He's like, what do I look like? I'm going to pick that thing up with my fucking back, So it was kind of funny. It had a little humor there. And he's like, no, dude, you're going to go recruit a fucking construction worker. He's going to go do it. He or she, they. So yeah, like literally you just go to the mission area, and you get to choose. I think it was from like 2 different people, male and female construction worker. And so that's kind of where I've left off. But yeah, like fairly easy to get around the city besides all those fucking one-way streets. I just have not been, I haven't been adhering to any of those rules. I just get in my car or whatever else all the cars seem the same except for that Lamborghini one's is pretty quick. And what is it like? What do they call those things? Like a moped or a Vespa or some shit? Like those things are pretty fun.
The little moped looking things, yeah.
Yeah. I think I found that that's the only one where you can't auto drive to, because I tried it with the moped. But with any car, like if you choose like a mission area and that's your objective and then go to objective, you can just auto drive. But yeah, the driving's okay. I think I like the driving back in Watch Dogs 1 and 2 the best compared to this one. Or I don't know, this one just feels off for some reason. I don't know what it is. I just got to get used to it. And City seems pretty big enough to keep my interest, I guess. But yeah, I'll be playing more of it. Oh, I did like one thing, Jesus. I got the it was like this I'm trying to think of what it was now. Like a shock sensor. You throw it on the ground. Somebody steps on it and zap, right? And so I equipped that with one of my newest recruits, and I think the guy was like already saw me and started running after me. And I turned around, RB, man, threw that thing out. And I'm thinking, okay, he's going to run up on it. Ended up hitting him in the chest, and like the shock electricity like sent him flying across the room.
Yeah, they kind of do some.
Awesome. Yeah,
the game is a little goofy, where like it takes some liberties being a little goofy. But I think Watch Dogs 2 kind of did the same thing in some things. Watch Dogs 1 was the most serious one out of all of them. It was definitely the most serious
story,
gritty fucking story. Like the last one loosened up a lot, and this one is more like whatever. Like just do really whatever. Like these characters still don't matter. Like they can die or whatever. Yeah. I know that I was playing with permadeath on, and I kind of regretted that once like 3 people on my crew died. Because I was like, fuck. Like I lost some people that were kind of vital. Like my main first character that I ever got was this guy who was a cop or something. And I lost him, and I lost like a major perk, like which was like if you're ever arrested, you get out of custody within like right away or whatever. He's able to get you out of custody right away or something. And there was another guy who was a lawyer who was able to like also get you out of custody like super fast. And like all these people, I started losing people and I started losing these perks, and I was like, what the fuck? But that's one game that I also fell off of last year or this year, I would say we're speaking in terms of 2020. I really fell off of Watch Dogs Legions, man. That's one game that I was totally looking forward to. I've said, I've always been a Watch Dogs fan. Like, I've really liked that series. It's just this one, I feel like they missed the mark with not having a main character. Had they had, like, at least one main person or something, that you're following around or doing missions with, I guess, it would have been a little bit different. But this one where, like, anyone can die, like, you just get them killed, and all the game does is switches over.
So the lady in the beginning, the female in the beginning, where she's the one that was kind of like, she seemed to be the one in charge in the very beginning of like other cutscenes.
Yeah.
So if they took Bagley out of the whole system, this fucking AI thing, which I understand, like I went through the whole cinematics and all that shit to see how he came about. But yeah, if they would have kept her and then basically said, I don't know, if maybe they could have done some recruitment, but kept her as like the main. That I agree.
Yeah, the leader. Like there's really no cause. Like Bagley is the leader. It's like, what the fuck? This for computers leading us? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. And personally, I couldn't connect with that as much.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm getting through it, and
yeah.
It's
also like it's just like almost like Cyberpunk, like we were saying before with Cyberpunk. The driving is kind of clunky in Cyberpunk, and it's the same way in Watch Dogs, where the driving just doesn't feel fluid. It doesn't feel good.
They nailed it in 1 and 2, did they not? The driving was fucking. For me, it was great.
In 1, it was better for me because 1 had those really cool moments. If you were being chased by somebody, you can like with playing on the Xbox, you could press like whatever the hacking button. I think it's RB or something to hack things.
Yeah,
or
I think
Y or A or something. Yeah, you could press whatever button, and then it would fucking like all of a sudden you'd be driving over like a fucking one of like the little pillar things that come out of the ground, and you can like hack that thing real quick, and boom, like that thing would pop up out of the ground, and like the fucking cop car would kind of go into slow motion, and the cop car behind you would just fucking go into that thing going like 100 miles an hour, and he would fucking fly. And it's like, whoa, yeah, or like you could like fucking like hack a bridge to make the bridges go up and just jump the fucking bridge or whatever, full speed.
Right, like when all the police were chasing you,
Yeah.
you're like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna make it, and then you basically
just start hacking shit.
And they can't get over the bridge, right?
No,
it was like a
not
movie,
really.
right?
Yeah.
Where they were like, they go down the water, or
Yeah.
they just were like, screw it, man, you got away.
You got away, yeah. But in Watch Dogs 2, they did an even better job. Where Watch Dogs 2 really felt like you were like this badass hacker, dude. Like you really felt like a badass. So you could call the cops.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you could call the gangsters. And then you can call cops on the gangsters, or you can call the cops to come arrest the cops. So you can actually call cops, like normal cops, to come to like a place to arrest somebody. And then you can call like the special SWAT team cops to come arrest the cop that was arresting the other person. So now you have like cops shooting at other cops, and then backup would come, and next thing you know, it'd be like a shootout, and you just stand there across the street like, yeah, I made all this happen. Like it's just like fucking, it's like a fucking SWAT team is coming in and shit. They're fucking taking out the other cops, and the other SWAT team comes in, and then next thing you know, you have like fucking gangsters coming in, as backup, and you're just standing there like no one's even looking at you, just standing there like, yep, all you guys are against each other. I'm just watching. that was super awesome how in that game you were able to just do that kind of chaos and just get away with it. That was pretty amazing to me.
Yeah, good shit, man. But the next game I've been playing is Super Meat Boy Forever. I think this is an Epic exclusive.
I saw it somewhere else, I thought.
I'm pretty sure it's just because I didn't see it on console, but it was either way. It was $20, $19.99, $10 coupon because the Epic always gives those out. So $10.
It's on Steam. Not just throwing it out there, but
hey, 10. How much is it on there? Probably 20.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me scroll down. Actually, no, you can't buy it yet.
Yeah, it
just says planned release 21.
So it is. It is.
Yeah, it is
on.
exclusive.
No, it's on Android, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox.
That's where I saw it. I saw it on the Switch, but it's on Steam. But it's literally just as you can add it later.
It's also available via Microsoft.
I bought it.
Really? No,
Gunny. No, Gunny, it's there, but I didn't see it. I checked.
It says here it's available on the Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One. Yeah, and PS5.
Oh, shit. I typed it in the search bar to make sure
Gunny, you're typing the wrong thing in there, Gunny.
No. So,
Gunny, you're 50 years old. You're probably not even using the search bar. You're probably using something else.
Yeah, he's probably using some Yahoo search engine or something.
He's probably inside a game trying to search for it inside like some other game.
He just got done putting the AOL installation disk in his CD in his computer, and he's trying to get the dial-up modem to work correctly.
I bought like an external disk drive. Those little ones you can buy from Radio Trash. No, I swear to God, guys, I went in the search bar. I'm like, all right, because, I game share. I want to make sure. But the only one that came up was the old Super Meat Boy. Yeah, and I thought I had heard it in a podcast that it was exclusive, and I thought, okay, it's not there. Either way, played through the first, the 5 levels, so World 1, and it's different. Some people don't like the new mechanic. It didn't take me long, Jesus, to figure this out. So basically, I think in the old one, the original Super Meat Boy, where it's just, what is it? Let me grab a control. I think you're just kind of like, you kind of got your right thumb on that A button and, either holding it down and pressing X or O or whatever it is on your PS4 controller, PS5. And you're still kind of doing that, but you're using the left thumbstick. Is also like a new mechanic where, let's say you're going, you're kind of traversing, and it is kind of like one of those things where the screen is moving slowly or as fast as you go, so you can't go left, right? Because if you do end up going back left, you'll die. So you're constantly moving right as a side-scrolling thing, and where it's, you'll cross over like some blades or something, and you got to immediately like take that left stick and press down, and that'll take you down faster. Maybe that was on the last one, but then you can hold it down and you're like almost crouching underneath some saw blades. And at the same time, they've added like these enemies like they would like a Super Mario Brothers type thing, like mushrooms. I don't even know what they're called, where you're using like this punch feature, right? And it'll show like this little fist coming out. And, you'll go under the set of blades and you'll punch those two enemies out. You stand up, more blades come up, press down. As you're crouch sliding, boom, boom, take them out. Jump in the air, right on the left stick, and again you'll punch a flying enemy. If it's in your way, or you'll die. Again, it's all very fast and fluid, and I love it. I think it's great. How far will I make it in this game? Because I'm not, because it doesn't have baby mode. I made it pretty damn far in the last one, but again, I stuck with it. It wasn't like a Doom Eternal thing for me where I just gave up so fast on it. I don't know. This game holds a special place in my heart, man. That's for sure. Especially the first one. And again, that's with the help of my son as well, where we played the last one quite a bit. And there were some community things I remember that were added to that game on the 360 and PS4 or PS3, excuse me. And that was one of the first games too that was added to the backwards compatibility list. So I played it even more back on the Xbox One. And I'm sure when it comes to, updated for the new Xbox and PS5 and everything, I'll buy it on there as well. Awesome game, man. The other one is game I've been playing is SnowRunner. I know I've been talking about this game forever, but what I noticed, Jesus, when I fired it up on the Xbox One S, and that was that.
No, Series S, Gunny. Get it right.
Series S. Thank you. Fucking naming convention.
What kind of hobo shit is this? The One S. What is this? What is this Mayo? What is this One S crap?
I never had a
One.
One.
It's like a half a
Gunny,
system. Is it like a 0.5?
Gunny, you know what, Gunny? Really, like we really need to discuss this contract we have with you. I mean,
no, listen to me, Jesus.
I think in the show you already broken like 4 clauses. I think we could just fire you at this point. I mean, really.
What are we looking at? We're looking at age now.
His age. He's already messed up a few things. I mean, I don't know. What do we do with this guy?
Wait till I'm done, Jesus. You're gonna like this because I fired it up on the Xbox Series S, and I was like, "Oh, cool! They added mods to it." So basically, what the mods are like, your modded vehicles. There's user-created maps and shit like that. So,
that's pretty cool. So, like people can actually get in there and there's a map editor and everything, or was it only on PC?
So I don't know where it. No, so this is like, okay, you get in, go to basically there's a section for the mods.
Oh, okay.
Like right at the beginning of the screen, and single player mods.
So this is like community created mods on the PC that have been brought over to the console.
Yes.
Okay.
So check this out. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to screw with these mods. I'm going to play my hobo ass single player game that I've been fucking grinding at for 35 hours, right?
Oh, okay.
I played that, but mind you, Jesus, I had bought this game on the Epic Store a few months ago, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go over to the Epic Store on my PC where I have 165 hertz. Bam! I went back over there. And I haven't gone back to the Hobo Xbox since, man, because it has more. There are more stuff added more frequently to the PC version, and I think I'm perfectly fine because I'm like, I knew once I enabled mods or whatever on it, even on a different save, I would not earn any achievements on the Xbox. So, but either way, I went back and I've been playing the crap out of this one map, and I downloaded this Canadian map, and it's fucking awesome. It's almost like this. I don't want to call it an island, but yeah, I mean, it's surrounded by water. I'm just going around the map with these different trucks that I've downloaded, and it's pretty sick. There are different trailers, like these off-road trailers where, that just kind of act better in mud and on rocks and shit. I don't know if you want to say it's easier, but it's just cooler the way they interact with the environment. And some of the vehicles I didn't like I got like this like old European style truck thing that I thought, oh, okay, this looks cool. They didn't have a good description in the mod store. And It was like but it gave me that option to download these like humongous ass tires for it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna make this like monster truck or something. And it didn't run well at all. I think it was like too bouncy and would end up flipping over. I was like, fuck that, but just delete that one, grab another one. But there is things like where, if you're playing on a modded map, you do get things for like, hey, if you just want to drop in a truck off this right there where you're at, instead of going back to your garage, boom, a vehicle will just drop. But I haven't done that too much. I've been trying to keep it as realistic as possible. Trying out different vehicles, extremely difficult maps, things like that. But they come with objectives and, different tasks that you need to complete. And I think I've already done half in this Alaska map. And I'll continue to play that. That's just a lot of fun. The game looks amazing, and even running VSync and whatever the frames are locked at, probably 60. The game looks sweet. And yeah, that's that. And besides that, just a little more Minecraft Java, hardcore edition, Jesus, survival stuff. But again, I'm only playing half because me, baby mode. I don't know how to do this intricate crafting thing that the mod entails. So I just kind of will just type in, hey, I need a sword, I need some armor, need some blocks or whatever the fuck I need at that time. And I still die every 20 to 30 minutes if something humongous comes at me, like some tree creature will come and try and eat me. But yeah, Mayo, I ended up playing this game. I ended up turning it into something a little more creative. I keep going back to my creative roots. I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. Why am I playing this hardcore map? But I ended up making it more creative. But whatever that mod pack is, it looks really good. So, either way.
Yeah, good times. I need to get back into the was it the Bedrock edition where they added RTX, the ray tracing, because it's official now, like where they released it.
It's not on the Java edition?
No, I don't believe it's on the Java edition. I think it's only on the Windows version.
Mm.
But they have the full RTX in there with the lighting effects and stuff. It's because it's really neat. It's something that really shows the beauty of RTX. Like, it's kind of neat how the light will respond to different blocks and how you can put them down in different spots. It really does kind of change the game. It takes a lot to run it, But yeah, I thought I even saw something about maybe them putting DLSS in there, which would help it a lot.
They are, because Kyle did mention that to me yesterday. It's like, Dad, I really want a 3080 so I can play this in, DLSS and ray tracing. I'm like, what? Oh, so I thought he was talking about the Java edition, but I think he owns both editions.
Yeah, I own both, but I'm not positive. I haven't fired either one up in a while, but last time I knew it was only in the Bedrock. But that might have been just a beta when they were still working on it. So maybe it is in both. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's all I've been playing, guys. That's it for me.
Awesome.
That's my son. He's in that Minecraft PvP mode right now, where he was competing in this Minecraft PvP stuff, and he was like, "Did I ever send you that link, Gunny, where he was literally ranked in the top 10 globally in this Minecraft PvP thing."
You ever show me that? I think I talked to Injustice about it, but I told him Kyle just plays that all day.
Yeah, it's something called Hive, and it's a sanctioned Minecraft PvP mode that has different games in it, and it has a score by placement and kill death ratio and all this kind of stuff. And right now, last time I talked to him, when he was told me about it, he was top 10 when he was playing. So
yeah, do you ever play the tower defense game? I don't know what it's called. That's something I will jump in with Kyle to play. And it's basically where it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5 or 6 different teams of 2 people. And you kind of start at these different ends, and you got to build blocks over to them to, break their chest or something like that. And that's who wins. Almost like a battle royale style type game. But there's
I know I've seen a mode before. This is something they played a long time ago. There's a mode they called Bed Wars for a while. It wasn't an official Minecraft server back then, but I think they do something similar now. So basically, a bed is what you respawn on when you die.
Yeah.
And so there's say 5 teams now, each have a bed, and they go out and grab some materials real quick, and they build blocks around their bed so the other team can't get to it. And your job as the other team is to go and destroy bed. So you have to break their blocks. So you want to go out and grab materials, get a better pickaxe. As they're putting down like diamond block and stuff, you want
That's
like
right.
a really strong enchanted diamond pickaxe or something like that. And you want to get over there and basically break away their blocks, get to their bed, destroy their bed. That way, if you kill them, they can't respawn. So like you can fight each other, knock each other off ledges, and they keep respawning until their bed is destroyed. Once another team destroys that bed, that team will no longer respawn. Then when they die, they're permanently gone.
Ooh.
That team is eliminated, and they go to the last team standing. And I think that's
Can you say we're all playing right now? Me and Gunny are on a team, and Mayo comes over here, and he breaks into our base, and he destroys my bed. Can Gunny, if I die, right, I don't come back, but can Gunny rebuild my bed, and then can I come back?
No, the bed cannot be rebuilt. That is permanent. Right. Once it's gone, it's gone. And then when Gunny dies, your team is eliminated.
Oh, so what a cool feature I like about this, guys, is
stressful.
Where it's the spectator view. So once you die, you immediately get to spectate. I think basically you can spectate from any view. You're just like invincible. You fly around. You can go to the other. It's kind of cool. Like I'll tell Kyle, like, "Hey, Kyle, that team on the right, they're coming over." He's like, "Yeah, but I'm fighting this team on the left." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, but you need to get back over there. They're going to destroy your bed." Both of them. They're both still alive. And you can see exactly what everybody's doing.
Yeah, and think Jesus too. So each team has. There's open space between each team, and they have to build to get to the other team's bed. So each team has a platform that they're on. They're up in the sky. You have to build a ledge. So they make it like a 1x1 block over to the other team, and you're fighting these other people on this 1x1 block, trying to knock them off or kill them with your wooden sword or your diamond sword or whatever.
Oh, so you guys are all in the sky while you're doing this?
Yeah.
Yes. So you can fall off and then just respawn. But there's a time penalty there. You got to wait a couple seconds. So that gives that other team time to get to your area, unless your other teammate can protect that area and keep them.
Could you build a wall to block the path?
No.
Yes, but they can break through it. I mean, you can build whatever your materials are, and you can surround your bed. I mean, you could leave your bed open and build a wall in front, but they could technically build around that wall. Because you can build blocks anywhere.
There's some places you can't build blocks, I think.
All I know is I'm going to build the biggest wall, the best wall.
Well, I tried that, but I don't think it lets you.
This is like the Great Wall of China, but I'm a samurai who's Japanese, and I'm going to go over the wall. Okay? I'm going to go over the wall, and I'm going to make it over the wall, Gunny.
Over the wall. And you're going to float to the other side. I get it. You're on my team. We're playing.
All right, as long as there's swords in this game, I'll be able to win. That's all I know.
Everybody gets a sword.
Oh, well, then we're winning. Yep. I mean, I'm fucking Tom Cruise.
I don't think you even get a pick. I don't even remember. It's just like...
Yeah, you get pickaxes. That's how you mine. Like some of that stuff. You have to...
Do I look like a fucking dwarf to you, man? I'm fucking Tom Cruise. I'm here to fuck shit up as a samurai. We don't need no pickaxe, Gunny. I'm going to throw that shit away. I'm gonna disassemble my pickaxe and use it to build more swords.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, what are we doing here? We're going to fucking news time? What's going on here? Are we in the news? What's going on?
We're in the news time.
It's news time. Let's get into the news. Untitled Goose Game, guys. I don't know if you guys know that that's a game, but it is a game. So... recently, it had a physical release on the PlayStation 4. Now, for some of the European listeners out there, I know there's some of you out there. I know you guys are listening in Europe. All right? If you bought the actual physical edition of the game on the PlayStation 4, there's actually like on the disc itself, there's like a little line that goes kind of halfway through the disc. It's like, you know, you see the Untitled Goose Game title, you see the Blu-ray symbol, but there's also like a template type, almost like a little blue checkers, you know, blue checker mark, fucking like a radius thing, and like a little square rectangle with like a red little outline, and like a plus sign. And apparently this is like a template that they use to create the cover art for the disc, you know, when they're being told by Sony, hey, we're going to put this on disc or whatever. we need you to make the template for the disc. Like, what is it going to look like on the disc? And so apparently this is actually, supposedly, it was done by the Goose at the studio. he enabled the template to be displayed on there. So that fucking Goose doing all his crazy shit. He's even fucking with them at work. So yeah. So that's yeah. So apparently this, I don't know if it happens to all the PS4 versions of the game that were in this region, but I know some of them did get it. So that may make that disc very valuable. If it's only like a limited edition or like only so many discs got printed this way and the rest are normally printed, you know, this might make this a collector's item, you know, so who knows, you know. And the shitty part is the only way to really tell is if you open it. so it's not like, yeah.
I wonder how many copies of Untitled Goose Game that they sold in physical
Yeah,
form.
so do I.
I don't think it'd be real high. I mean, it's a fun game.
You'd be surprised, though, dude. I mean, a lot of people don't. A lot of little kids don't have, like their parents don't let them buy digital items. So they're forced to buy disc or physical versions of games like Minecraft and you know, Untitled Goose Game or whatever. You know, they're forced to buy these copies for their kids or whatever.
Isn't this game though on Game Pass? So like, I kind of weeds out the Xbox people. You know, you said this with PlayStation though. I mean, because the Switch is going to be a cassette, you know, a cartridge, and then your Xbox is going to be on Game Pass. So really, we're talking PlayStation people here.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, moving on to more news. Let's move on to more news, ladies and gentlemen. Move on to some special news here. Oh, what is this? We got some news. Not this. The other news. Okay. No, I don't care. Whatever. Okay. Steam adds improved support for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S controllers. Gunny.
Yeah.
This includes DualSense LED settings for the PS5 controller. Are you excited that you're able to enable the DualSense's LEDs?
Heck yeah. Soon we'll be able to use some of that DualSense features.
Ooh. It's fancy.
I think on Steam. I think it will come. I think when we see our whatever that next timed exclusive is, that'll be interesting to see how that works.
Moving on to more news, Gunny. Moving on to more news. Speaking of digital games earlier, Mayo, digital game spending grew 12% year over year in 2020. It has now reached $127 billion across mobile, PC, and console. This is according to Superdata's year in review report. 73.8 billion of the digital spending occurred on mobile. $73 billion of it occurred on mobile. While $19.7 billion was on the consoles, and on the PC, it was $33.1 billion spent on digital purchases. Wow. In addition, gaming video content brought in $9.3 billion. And what is XR spending? What is that? Microtransaction spending? Reached $6.7 billion. Free-to-play games generated the majority of the digital revenue at $98.4 billion, or 78% of the total. This is an increase of 9% over the year previous. However, despite having the smaller share at $24.5 billion, premium games saw more growth, with digital sales up 28% year over year, thanks to titles like Doom Eternal, The Last of Us Part 2, and Cyberpunk 2077. It says here, looking at premium titles, Superdata listed total of digital revenue for the top 10 highest earning games in 2020, which are as follows. Number 1. What do you think is number 1, Gunny? What do you think is number 1?
I'm looking at the list, so I already see it.
God damn it, Gunny! I need you to stop looking at these articles, Gunny. I'm gonna,
I'm not looking at the article. So.
There's
Mayo. Okay. What's number 1 on the list?
Number 1 selling game?
No, number 1, like the premium title that got the most digital revenue. So premium titles is any AAA title published by a big AAA, publisher, and they got the most digital monies.
Well, I'm going to go by one that has a ton of sales. I'm going to say Call of Duty.
Yes, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
See, that's how you do this, Gunny.
Well, there's an article in here I didn't want Jesus to see, and it was there's one in here also.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare has $1.91 billion in just digital revenue. So that's microtransactions pretty much in digital copies they sold of the game. FIFA 20, Mayo, comes in second place at
that was my next guess.
$1.8 billion. And believe it or not, GTA 5.
Oh my gosh.
It's number 3 on the list with $911 million made last year.
Mayo.
How are they doing this? How
many Benjamins, Mayo, did NBA 2K21 bring in?
Oh,
that's in that list. It's gonna be like 20th.
No,
889 million.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
I heard that game was bad.
2021.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
21 was one of the.
It was playable though.
Well received ones.
Yeah, but right underneath that, Mayo, if you thought 21 was bad, what about 20? NBA 2K20 came in 5th place at $771 million. With, of course, another big hitter, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War at $678 million in 6th place. And Nintendo is not off the list. Nintendo made a good amount of money with Animal Crossing New Horizon at $654 million. And number 8, one of my favorite games this year, which I fucking love and adore so much, Cyberpunk 2077 Gunny with $609 million. $609 million. That's a lot for literally being the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like they literally were like the last 3 weeks of December of the year, and they made that much money, and they're number 8 in the whole year. That's insane. That's fucking nuts.
Where do you think, guys? Let's predict right now. I'm just trying to be quiet because the wife is probably sleeping. I'm gonna get kicked out of here. But where do you think it's going to be on this list next year? Jesus, Cyberpunk. Will it be on?
Yes, it'll be number 6. Yes, I think it'll be higher.
That's what I was going to guess.
6, number 5.
Number 6. It's still going to be below the NBA.
Oh yeah, it's going to be below Call of Duty.
Because it's not even on the same level with that style game for sure. The Sims still brought in something. Isn't that game old? Sims 4? Not old, but it's been out for a while.
Around for a long time.
Doom Eternal, 454 million. Yeah.
But yeah. Says sure of the free-to-play market, Mayo, $73.8 billion came in spending from mobile, while $22.7 billion came from PC revenue, and the remaining 1.5 or $1.8 billion was only on the consoles. Says here the mobile market for free-to-play games grew 10% in 2020 and accounted for 58% of the total digital games markets. So there's that. Even with the lockdowns, and all the bullshit, being around. Says here, top 10 highest earning free-to-play games in 2020 and their respective digital revenues are as follows. Number 1 was this game called Honor of Kings. I see ads for that all the time on Facebook. Honor of Kings is a mobile game that made $2.45 billion last year.
I've never heard of that or the next one.
Next one is Peacekeeper Elite, $2.32 billion last year. That's so much money, dude. That is an insane amount of money.
Who'd ever thought back in the time when there's a player like a model out there where you could put a game out there for free, and then make
billions,
$2 billion off of that,
billions of dollars,
like giving them access to that game and then just getting them hooked on it, and just for whatever, speed time up or because people are impatient, because we're Americans and we got to have it now,
I need my.
Jesus, do you remember back on when we were playing the 360, right? And we were in that group, that bubble, that community, and we were like, yeah, man, and the next console is going to come out, and it's just going to, and the next generation after that, and who's going to be playing a mobile game? Everybody's going to be on a console, and nobody puts money into smartphones and mobile
No,
games anymore. But
bullshit.
look at this money; it's just insane.
Mobile games have grown more than anything else. We've seen it here. They account for 58% of the total digital games market in the world. 58% is mobile games. 58% of the whole revenue of the digital marketing gaming is games. So mobile games. So like,
yeah,
only 40% of us are gaming on PC and consoles. The rest are gaming on mobile, and that's where the money is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we're really the minority here. let's be honest.
At the numbers,
yeah, but I mean, we knew we were a minority anyways because you know we take our gaming a little different than what a lot of your mobile players are, and you know, even some like we were talking before the show, like you know, we have people that we just know in our work lives that are very casual and they're just they just play games. You know, they call themselves gamers, but they might play just one game and they don't pay any attention to any news or anything like that. So it's like a little different demographic, but you know, I hear this and it just makes me think. You know, people are even Sony said at the time, like, you know, you think about Game Pass now, like they're like, how can Game Pass sustain, you know, having all these games on there, and how can they make money and having all these games? Look at this; these games come out for free and they make so much money. So you know, there's a model behind all that kind of stuff where Microsoft is making money. You know, we might not completely see it, but you know. Again, I think it's just by massive volumes of people paying that $15 a month or $10 a month of how much money they can make in 1 month compared to what they're putting into the games by putting them on the pass.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, where I think it's this spring that we're going to see Game Pass come to the iOS, right? So it's going to come in like
streaming
a form of
cloud.
Yeah, well, I think they're releasing it. What is their browser called? It's
Safari, dude.
No, the Xbox one, the Microsoft branded one.
Edge? They're not going to
It's something like that, right?
They're not going to put Edge on the fucking iPhone. Why would they do that?
Something like that, where it's going to integrate into that, right? Because they can't use the store. But either way,
they have to make it into a website. You have to be able to launch through a website. That's the only requirement that iOS has, is to be able to play games on our shit.
Yeah.
You either have to list them all. If you want to play it on the App Store, you have to list every game on the App Store. You have to list every single one that's on Game. There has to be an app for them to download on the fucking iOS for them to play the game. And if you don't want to do it that way, then the way you have to do it is you have to make it to where when they launch the Game Pass app, it takes them to the browser and it opens up a browser tab and they're in a website looking at the games they want to play, and that's how they're going to play it. And that's the workaround that Microsoft didn't know that they needed to do, but that's what they're doing to get it on iOS. And
yeah, so we'll see this spring whether it comes into a beta or it just comes out and says, "All right, guys, you can play." Either way, we'll see how that model.
I think that when it comes out, there's going to be a lot of bugs with it, and there's going to be a lot of hurdles. And I think that people were talking shit, you know, about Stadia and how bad Stadia was. I think we're going to see a lot more problems with Microsoft Cloud. With that cloud.
I hope not, because right now you can do it, right? You can.
Well, you can, but right now it's only so many people. I mean, it's Android, which is a lot of people, but at the same time, like, I feel like once it gets on iOS and people find out about it on the iPhone, there's going to be problems because there's going to be everyone trying to log in at the same time or something and do it, and it's going to be problems.
You're not using Apple servers.
Yeah, and people are going to be fucking pissed. They're going to be like, "Oh, this is trash. It doesn't fucking work." Blah blah blah. You know, and people are going to be talking shit about Microsoft and the Xbox. How Xbox sucks.
Right now, you can kind of play the games through the cloud through your, to your console, right? So, you know, I'm on my network or whatever.
That's
I don't know.
Lame, though.
It doesn't work.
That's fucking lame. Let's be honest, but.
Yeah. It's something, but it doesn't work. I don't play it.
But yeah, on that list, I mean, number 3 was Roblox. Number 4 was this game called Free Fire, which I've also seen on being advertised. League of Legends is on there as well for mobile. Pokemon Go is number 5 as well. And Candy Crush Saga is still on the top.
That used to be number 1.
But it's still on the top 7, and this game is like fucking, how old now? 7 years old now?
Yeah, it used to be on the number 1
8 years old now? And like, think about that, Mayo. That game is that old and is still making $1.66 billion a year.
I know, right?
How? How the fuck? How? Just how? Where are the grandmas? Where are the grandmas?
I mean, it's
Where are the grandmas that are playing Candy Crush that are giving this motherfuckers money? Where are they? I need to find them.
Back to knitting classes and
I need them to become Patreons of the podcast. I'll tell them, like, look, if you get a Patreon subscription going, we'll make a mobile app that you like. What do we?
Well, you know what we can do, Jesus? We can make a Gunny calendar for all the grandmas.
Oh, Gunny. Oh, Gunny dressed up like a fireman. Gunny dressed up like a cop. Gunny dressed up like a truck driver with the shirt half open and shit. Oh, yeah, Gunny, let's do this.
Every retirement home to sell these.
Oh, no, Gunny, we'll just do a Patreon. Digital, dude. Digital. We'll just digitally sell the fucking calendar.
Well, I can still go there and say, download this link.
If you pay an extra $100, Gunny will personally call you and for 5 minutes. He'll talk to you for 5 minutes on FaceTime.
Exclusive time with Gunny Chief.
The Silver Fox Gunny.
Wait, do you see September Gunny? Ooh.
Anyways.
The shadow. The darkness.
Moving on now. Questionnaire suggests Microsoft may add DualSense-like features to the Xbox. Uh-oh. As reported by VGC, Microsoft has sent out a questionnaire to the owners of its recently released Xbox Series X and S consoles, asking them whether they would be interested in seeing the DualSense's unique features added to the Xbox. The questionnaire offers the respondents to express whether they are aware of features on the PlayStation controllers that they wish were on the controller that came with this console, the Xbox Series X and S. And the questionnaire later is asking for more specific details on which exact features you would like to see on your Xbox controllers. I mean, what do you guys think of this? Do you think, I think it's smart of Microsoft to realize that, like, hey, that controller is pretty cool looking, and it's pretty badass.
It definitely raises, when I saw this article,
it is next gen as fuck, right? Like you look at the PS5 controller, you're like, that's a fucking next gen, futuristic ass, fucking spaceship ass looking, NASA looking motherfucking controller right there. That's what an astronaut will use to go to space, Gunny. You look at an Xbox controller, you're like, what is this shit? What is this?
I would bet probably 8 out of 10 gamers won't even be able to tell the difference between the Xbox controller and the last gen Xbox controllers.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't. You would be like, okay, tell me what the difference is. You'd be like, the D-pad looks different. Yeah, that's it.
It's smaller by 1/1000th of an inch.
Some nerd
smaller
would know
than
that.
last
It has the textured triggers.
Oh yeah,
They
there's
put
that.
bumps on the back of
They
it.
put bumps
Hey,
on it.
even my Cyberpunk controller has the textured.
Gunny,
things
come
on the
on,
back.
Gunny. We're trying to give you points for your Xbox Next Gen controller here, and you're here talking shit about it, Gunny. Come on now.
No,
Let's
listen,
get
no,
that new
all right.
share button, Jesus.
Something
what's funny?
something the PS4 had for 10 years.
You know what's funny about that share button? I keep forgetting to use it. I still keep
Yeah,
pressing.
you know
the
why?
button.
Because no one knows
so
it's
used to
there.
it.
Because no one knows it's there.
I don't even know it's there, and I'm staring right at it right now. Oops! Ouch! I just dropped the controller on my foot. No, I keep forgetting every time I press the home button and then I press X to record the clip, and then it's like, oh yeah, I forgot share button. But no, guys, this raises two questions in my mind when I first saw this article, and the first one was, I'm like, I wonder if, like, it probably wouldn't be that difficult. Like if Xbox said, hey, let's make something, we'll call it RealSense. Basically, factory splits out a bunch of these.
We'll call it RealSense.
Or here's my thought, Jesus, is my thinking is Elite Controller 3.
We copied the PS5 controller.
No, that would be, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid. You know why, Mayo? Because then people would be pissed, because if they asked for this, then they'd be like, fuck it, now you want me to pay $170 for this controller?
What, you pay $70 for a normal controller now? I paid, the other day I went and bought a PS4 controller because my the one that came with my PS4, like for some reason it doesn't hold charge. Like if I don't have it connected to a wire, it doesn't fucking work. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being wired to this fucking console the whole time. So I went and bought one the other day, and then fucking PS4 controllers are $70 still. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. That's
What
why
the
I only
hell?
own one.
I just see this being as an optional. If they came out with a new controller like this, I mean, you had all these units already packaged and shipped, and
Yeah.
they're already packaged with this controller. They're going to have to make. You're talking quite a ways down the road before you would get one that came with a controller, a console.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking more of it's like going to be a standalone. Okay, you can buy
Elite.
this controller,
Ooh.
buy the Elite controller that has the haptic feedback and maybe the extra buttons on the bottom. Maybe they do a little something different on there, and then they say, hey, look at this great featured controller. Come buy it for,
But you know what? It wouldn't be worth it, in my opinion, to have it that way, Mayo, because I mean the way the Elite controller is set up now, it has the extra paddles on the back, but those are just replacements for moving your thumb. You can, instead of moving your thumb over to press X, you can set it to the back paddle, as X. As far as the haptic feedback and the touchpad that the PS5, the Super Sense, what the fuck it's called, Dual Sense, something Sense the PS5 has. As far as the touchpad and shit, like they wouldn't be able to add a touchpad to the Elite controller because think about it, how many games would actually use that? How many games would actually
they wouldn't have the software for it?
How many developers would actually be like, you know what, yeah, we're gonna make our game work with these fucking Elite controllers? Like, yeah, fuck no, they wouldn't. But like, how much is that gonna cost? Wait, we gotta pay Gunny how much to do that? Oh, fuck that, Gunny. He's already on overtime. We got him crunching on the other bullshit. Fuck that. We're not doing that feature. You know what I mean?
But I also feel like the biggest draw right now is the feedback and the triggers is what people are really liking.
Yeah.
I don't think the haptic.
I can't believe Microsoft didn't have that. What the fuck, Microsoft? How did you not think of that?
The haptic triggers is what everybody's wanting. So I could see them putting that in the Elite controller.
So
I can also see how, and again, Phil Spencer was like, hey, we're not leaving anybody behind, no exclusive, games for the new series
the fucking
consoles.
Fucking Marines over here. Not leaving anyone behind.
But I do see in 2 years now saying, hey, we have a new Xbox, the Xbox Series X Slim, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Here's a new controller that again will work on your regular Xbox One, hobo consoles as well, but this one has haptic feedback, but only works with the new. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see if. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will certainly vote for this. Being in the Xbox camp of things.
Oh, you mean they want to wait? You mean they want to copy the better console and steal their features? Oh,
why not? Smart sense is the smarter way to go.
Well, it's still
what would they call
the
it?
better consoles.
It would be real feedback.
Feedback.
Something.
Super touch. Oh, some stupid fucking X touch.
The X touch.
The X Sense X. I don't fucking know. Something with an X.
That sounded dirty now.
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. All right. Moving on now to some more news here. Some Cyberpunk 2077 news for the listeners out there that love that game like myself. Cyberpunk 2077 devs refutes development rumors. That's right. CD Projekt Red took to Twitter the other day to refute a post created by an alleged anonymous Cyberpunk 2077 developer. The post in question received a lot of attention on Cyberpunk 2077's Reddit page, but was originally sourced from GameSpot's sister site, GameFAQs. The post contained a lot of rumors, Mayo, from update schedules to descriptions of what content was cut. It alleged that Cyberpunk 2077 would possibly receive a No Man's Sky style comeback, and that the redone Cyberpunk 2077 would be finished in June of 2021, with a, quote, good chunk of code getting scrapped and rewritten from scratch. It says here June's update would supposedly sort out all the bugs found on all the versions, and we would bring back a lot of the cut content. It says here, elaborate on the cut content, the writer told players that if they see that you guys are asking for shit to be put back into the game, we might actually make the game we intended to back in 2018. The writer alleged that there was a huge underground area, fucking Gunny, that looked like, quote, Malkavian Nosferatu path on Vampire the Masquerade, and stated that the apartments with closed, which says locked indications, used to be lootable in the game. But, you just can't loot them anymore. Says here, the post also alleged censorship responsible for cutting the more edgy scenes, like drug use with little kids and priest and Hare Krishna side arcs. Whatever the fuck that means.
Hare Krishna.
The writer expressed disappointment in the game's version of Johnny and stated that the original Johnny took inspiration from David Hayter's Solid Snake from the first Metal Gear Solid, as well as the actor Cillian Murphy. As for the real and confirmed update schedule, CD Projekt Red says they plan to release 2 big Cyberpunk patches, one each in January and February, and in the meantime, the devs have released smaller patches like patch 1.06 that removed the save file limits. But pretty much says here, Cyberpunk 27 tweeted out, they said, normally, we don't comment on rumors, but this time we wanted to make an exception, as this story is simply not true. And they had a link to this alleged leak from a dev on their team. So, who's to know? But maybe it is true and they're just covering up, but maybe it isn't true. You're muted.
It's a lot of...
Oh, no, you're not muted. You're not muted. You're there, Gunny.
I was sneezing, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot here to take in, but I don't know. Who cares? The game is what it is, right?
The game is fucking good. Come on, man.
No, I look at Steam to kind of see if, are they review bombing this game today, or I look at it and it's always mostly positive. Again, it's almost this two-sided thing where it works fine on the PC on most cards and runs okay on PS4 PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. And not so well on the base consoles.
Yeah, kind of skipping ahead there. I was looking at the, as we were talking about this, the top 10 user-rated games on Steam, and it falls in that top 5. I'm not going to say where. I don't know if you want to get that article or not, Jesus, but I'll just say this falls in top 5 in user-rated review games.
Yeah.
But Jesus, you said it before, and it's funny because I noticed it that day, the last time we recorded, where you talked about the underground area.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I was thinking the same thing where I saw the cones, and I'm like, wait, I bet they were working on this, that you can go down at the subway style type system.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe that's part of the multiplayer update that they have coming out in whenever the fuck.
Oh yeah, it could be some of the maps that they come out with. That would be sweet.
So who's to know? But as Mayo was talking about top 10 user rated games on Steam for 2020, the number 1 game for Steam for user ratings, Gunny, is.
Don't look.
I'm not looking.
Yes.
I almost clicked on it. Cyberpunk.
No, Among Us.
Ooh, yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, Gunny. What's number 2, Gunny?
He's never getting this one.
Never.
Don't tell me.
It's a popular game on Steam, Gunny. Super popular, free.
Oh my gosh, what is it?
We mentioned it not even that long ago. Free game. Everyone's playing it. It's old. Remember?
Oh. No, not WoW. I don't know.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Number 3 is Cyberpunk 2077. Number 3 of the highest, best-rated games, user-rated games on Steam. Number 3, Cyberpunk. That goes to show that all that bullshit, the negative bullshit, is just bullshit, I think. Number 4 is Destiny 2. Number 5, Doom Eternal. 6, Dota 2. Number 7, Fall Guys, which is wow. Number 8, GTA 5. Number 9, Monster Hunter World, which is a pretty good game. And number 10, PUBG.
Number 10 is a shocker.
Yeah, and PUBG's still up there. Wow. But you know what? I got to give it up to PUBG, the PlayerUnknown's Battleground team or whatever. That game went so good now. Like compared to what it used to run like.
Yeah, I
You
have
play
not
it
seen any
now.
issues.
You play that shit now, it's like night and day, dude. Like, it's running really fucking good. Like, you just get in there and the frame rate holds up, everything holds, everything loads in, everything. It's like, you don't gotta worry about shit now, you know, everything looks kind of decent, you know, the graphics look pretty okay. It's like, it works like it was supposed to be working when it was popular.
Yeah.
Moving on to more news. As we said earlier, Epic Games bought a fucking shopping mall to convert into their new headquarters, Gunny.
They need a place that big. How big is this company getting? I was looking at the screenshot of that mall. It's a good size.
980,000 square feet.
Damn.
Yeah. This campus will open up in 2024. Apparently, they're going to knock it down and rebuild the buildings. And apparently,
is it really a mall then? It's no
well, I mean, well, it is. Well, they bought the site where the mall used to be.
Yeah.
The mall is there now, but they're going to knock everything down. And apparently, they're going to just rebuild the camp. They're going to build an Epic Games campus, I guess. You know, which, you know, you would probably argue to say that Epic Games is probably one of the world's largest developers right now, or the richest.
How much does Tencent own of it, and then PlayStation
40.
invested a lot of money in it?
I know that Tencent owns like 40% of them, and then PlayStation owns like another 10% or 5% of that. But I know that But I know that Epic themselves have the controlling majority, like Tim Sweeney or Tom. What the fuck is his name? Tim Sweeney or whatever the fuck his name is. I think he has the majority control of the company. He still has like over.
Yeah, didn't he own a forest?
Yeah, he has like
crazy
52% of the company or something. So he hasn't given up his majority stakeholder, you know. So. But still, but I mean, he's, you know, they took the money. I think they probably regret taking the money from Tencent because they took it when they weren't worth as much. You know, they really sold it for pennies on the dollar, dude. Like literally,
that's when they were trying to get their Epic store up and going.
Yeah,
I think that helped pay for their free games. That's why we get these free games. That kind of was some kickback, I think, to these developers to get their games on the free list so they can compete with Steam. Trying to build that base, and so it's kind of like a loan to see if they can make more money for themselves in the future. You know, obviously, you know they're gonna go do this to build your user base, and so they're gonna use that money, give away the games, get more users, and get the income coming back in.
Yeah. But I remember when we were talking about Tencent, like they when they bought the shares for 40%, I think they only paid them like 800 million or something, or 300 million or something like that. Or if they were to do it now, try to buy 40% of Epic now, you'd fucking be paying them billions. Like billions, you know, you'd be paying them way more than 300 whatever million you paid them before. So it's like kind of ridiculous, you know, like Tencent.
That does the money.
Yeah. Tencent really made out like fucking bandits with that fucking purchase.
You know that first year, Jesus, of Fortnite coming out with the Battle Royale game, that Tencent had this huge champagne celebration. They were like, fuck yeah, whoever bought this, like, you did good. Here's $1 billion bonus. It's crazy.
Speaking of Tencent, let's talk about Tencent real quick, guys. Tencent, just a couple weeks ago, have acquired Mayo Technologies in a $1.5 billion deal, meaning that this enormous Chinese corporation now owns even more games of the games that you know of, Mayo. Says here, this deal had been hinted at earlier in 2020, and Sony was also reported to be interested in buying this company called Mayo Technologies. Says here, Mayo was originally a chicken processing company until 2014, and then it began to diversify itself into video games by acquiring a majority stake in the Canadian developer Digital Extremes, which is a developer of a very popular game called Warframe. Says here, once, you know, Mayo Technologies kind of saw that Warframe was becoming kind of popular. They kind of just went all in, and they sold off their chicken processing company, part of the company, to somebody else. And now they acquired British developer Splash Games as well. And they're the ones that have been working on the Gears of War multiplayer games for Microsoft. And they are also the developer that made Gears Tactics for Microsoft. They also own a 20% stake in the developer Certain Affinity, which in recent times has worked in Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered and Halo Infinite. So there's that. Says here, Leos may not be a household name to some people, but they own pretty popular games. You know, they own Warframe and they've worked on Call of Duty and they've worked on Gears of War. So it's kind of crazy to see that Tencent bought them out, right, Gunny?
Like, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, Tencent they just buy everything. They don't.
Yeah, I think they made a name for themselves, like you said. So yeah, they're like, all right, guys, you guys need to make a battle royale game. Yeah.
All right, guys, we own Warframe now. We make even more money. We make money off of Fortnite and Warframe. Woo!
Jeez, I remember when they were just pushing that game so hard
I remember Warframe, yeah.
When it first came out.
Exactly. Moving on to more news. Steam has kicked off 2021, Gunny, by having 25 million concurrent users for the first time. That's right. This was the all-time peak for Steam. Steam had 25,333,066 users online at the same time, Gunny.
What day was this? Like Christmas, New Year's? Does it say?
I don't know the date here. This was published January 2nd, 2020.
Oh, yeah, New Year's, yeah.
So
everybody's at home.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's kind of wild. So, yeah. Apparently here it says that Counter-Strike Global Offensive was number 1 with over 1 million players. Then Dota 2 came in second. Then PUBG came in third. So there's that. Cyberpunk was still up on the list with having 200,000 players playing that game by itself. GTA 5 and Rainbow Six Siege were up there with 100,000 players each. And then even Stardew Valley had over 100,000 players playing Stardew Valley on Steam.
Wow. On
that day. That's kind of fucking crazy. But yeah, that could have been in part because of the Steam sale going on during that week, or who knows what. But yeah, a lot of players were playing.
The game's already cheap.
But I mean, the Steam sale goes on every time this year, so
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if you guys are big fans of Minecraft Earth, but
played it once.
Says here,
it's too confusing.
Minecraft Earth will be shutting down. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody played that, or what was that wizard game from Harry Potter?
Apparently, there's a new update for the game. If you haven't got it, this makes immediate tweaks to the game, which makes your progress go way faster while the game is still available, and then also removes all in-app purchases that were previously available to buy. It says here, they actually tweeted out and said, "This will be our last update, so we made it a good one. Please enjoy." They introduced it in the Super Season with new character creator items, reduced time for crafting and smelting, and so many new mobs. It says here, then on June 30th, it's going to shut down entirely. So,
I think that and Gears Pop is kind of going away.
Gears Pop is done as well. Yeah, it says here that even if you have the game installed, it's going to uninstall itself. Like, it's really just going to fucking just be done. Like, it doesn't work at all. Like,
servers offline.
So that kind of sucks for the people that were really
that worked on it.
Minecraft, and the people that worked on it. You're right, Gunny. Imagine that sucks, dude. Like you've been working on a game for the last however many years now, and you're like, yeah, we got it out, yeah. And then it's like, yeah, guys, we're shutting it down. Fucking piece of shit. Didn't make any money.
Yeah. Did you guys play it? Like when I downloaded it, and then it was like I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing. Like, how do you craft? It was very, I don't know, like, it was certainly confusing to me, where I was like, I think everybody else was in that same camp too, where they're like, oh, I think you got to do this, that, or the other thing, or go watch a YouTube video or something. I was like, why? Why bother? So I didn't even mess with it. Even my son was like, yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do. So
interesting.
not good.
But as far as video game news, I'm pretty sure that's all I have for you guys this week. I mean, really, there really isn't much else to talk about in news.
All right.
Wait. I got one more piece of news. If you were looking forward to buying one of those fancy-looking PS5s, you know which one I'm talking about, Mayo. The black ones.
Oh, yes. The PS2 looking ones.
Yeah, they look like PS2s. Well, these look really fucking cool. Well, according to the retailer that was making these, which were called, the company's called Super 5, they had no affiliation to Sony whatsoever. They actually started selling pre-orders a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. It wasn't even that long ago. They opened pre-orders for people. And these were customized versions of the PS5 console that were going to look like the PS2 Gunny. So they were black, and they came with the black controller even. Like the controller was black. Everything was black. But on their deleted official Twitter account, Super5 tweeted out that they would be canceling all their orders due to credible threats they had received over the console. And they said, quote, "Last night our team began receiving credible threats to their safety. We take these threats very seriously, and as a result, we're not proceeding forward. All orders are being canceled with full refunds." It says here, it was not long after the retailer noted how they were having issues processing orders and payments. And it seems that potential buyers were already getting pissed off and responding negatively to this as well. And then people started flooding social media with questions, and they deleted their Twitter. Just fucking deleted it. Said, you know what? We're fucking done, guys. We're deleting this shit. They deleted their social media accounts, and they're just kind of just went away.
Gone.
Yeah.
Quick. Or do you think Big Daddy Sonio's over there going, you can't make this black console?
Maybe.
Maybe they had plans for that. They're like, we don't want you jumping in on this because, that maybe Sony sees that's a moneymaker.
Sony sent the Sony ninjas over there, and they fucking started beating people
Sony
up.
Samurais.
No. The Sony ninjas. Sony ninjas went in there. This is a Nintendo sound. No. Nintendo has the samurais, all right? Nintendo's more classic.
Credible threats. That wouldn't be coming from Sony. I don't know who.
All right, Gunny, look, I played Cyberpunk. These corporations give no fucks, Gunny. They send the ninjas to come to your house and they fuck you up.
Oh, yeah, that's
all right?
Okay.
This is what happens with these corporations, Gunny. All right.
They have a team of them. Okay, that makes sense.
They send the Sony ninjas come to your house and they fuck you up. And they tell you, you know, make no PS2, PS5. I kill you now.
That's a credible threat.
And then they're like, okay, sir, we will not make these PS2, PS5s.
That would make me my Twitter account.
But yeah, that's. I'm sorry, Mayo, that you couldn't get one of these. I wanted one, man. Fuck, they were expensive though. They were like, I think they were like $800, dude. It was ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways,
guys, as much as I'd like to do the console corner, I do have to leave the room. I'm getting credible threats.
He's shit.
The room.
He's incredible threats. Are you gonna delete your social media now, Gunny?
I just got a text message.
Oh shit, he's getting credible threats, guys. He is fucked. This is the last time you guys will hear Gunny's voice on the show. He's fucking dead now.
We were gonna say it was because we were gonna retire him, but no, he's getting some outside.
He's gonna fucking die.
He's got ninjas coming after him.
Some outside influence.
5 minutes.
Oh, all right, Gunny. Well, where can people find you, Gunny? Where can people find you?
Guys, go over on that Xbox and Steam and Uplay Store, Epic as Gunny Chief. That's where I'm at. Over on the tweeters. I'm on the tweeters, on the Twitters. I am Kane, Kain Marston. Kane Marston. Go find me over there. I'm always tweeting out stuff. And over on the Horrible Gamers Twitter account.
Okay, well, peace out, Gunny. I guess.
Peace. Later, guys.
Later, dude.
Good luck over there. Hopefully you survive.
If I don't leave here in 2 minutes, I'm out.
Well, with that being said, I guess it's time for us to leave too, right, Mayo? I mean, what do we have here? Do we have questions? Do we have community questions?
Yeah, we have some questions, actually.
Okay, well, then let's get to the questions then. Let's get to the questions.
Let's go down here. I think we have some more than that. I'm gonna Jesus, if you want to run off the notes, I'm gonna pull up the Facebook account because I posted some a little while back that has. I think there's more than that.
Well, come on, Mayo. What is this? What kind of show are we running here? This is like we're off for 2 weeks. This is what happens, guys.
We're going off the Gunny notes.
We're off for 2 fucking weeks here, and this shit's all gone to shit. Okay.
All right. Okay, Jesus. Right off the rip right here. Sean Imsfuller wants to ask, can you eat... Are these old?
No.
Yeah, this one was old. Never mind. Hold on. Give me like 1 second because, Gunny didn't update these at all. All right. Here we go. Fresh new questions.
Oh, fresh. Okay, fucking it.
Normie Late. She says she's looking up help in a game cheating.
What?
She asked if looking up help in a game is considered cheating. I say no.
No. No. Why would that be? No.
I think sometimes that can be useful, like not knowing where to go or something like that. Sometimes it can help you out, but no, I would definitely not say that's cheating.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Okay, Adam Sunday is asking you, Jesus, who's excited to play Back for Blood? He said he was actually surprised to see this game moving forward after such a long silence since it's been announced. He personally has been waiting for a Left 4 Dead 3, and it's finally here thanks to Turtle Rock and no thanks to Steam. So this game is basically, I don't know if you know much about it, but it's basically like a Left 4 Dead kind of game. It is in, it was not an open beta, but a closed beta about a month ago. So...
Yeah, I actually look forward to it. Yeah, actually, I've seen it on the Epic Store, and I'm pretty sure it's Epic Store exclusive launch title. And consoles.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so, yeah. So, anyways.
Our friend Brian Tulip Jr. says, what is Jesus Antonio Gonzalez's actual middle name?
It is Antonio. Jesus Antonio. It's Antonio. It's funny. People don't really call me Antonio. It's rare the people that do, but I usually go by Jesus for the most part. Yeah.
And then he also goes on to ask, he's got a couple for us. Have you found your gamertag rival as Jonathan Hall did this week? So Jonathan found his gamertag rival, like he's Pinpoint Red, and I think it was like Pinpoint Cayenne
or some shit like that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, oh, actually, yes, I found somebody that had like, I believe it was like something walks a lot or something fucking. I was like, what the fuck? It kind of blew my mind. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like that's what the hell is this? But I've also seen. Ever since I made my gamer tag, so before I made Jesus Walks Loud, which was like a long time ago, 2011, I think, when I made it, 2010 when I made this gamer tag, I never saw Jesus on Xbox. Like I never saw like a Jesus or anything like Jesus related with the name Jesus on the Xbox. And ever since I made mine. Like I've seen it more and more, like over the years. Like I want to say in the last 5 years or so, like last 3 years, I've seen a lot more Jesuses, like Jesus something or something Jesus on the gamer tags. You know, it's kind of weird. But before me, like I never saw it, dude. I never saw anyone. I don't know if it was because of a religious thing. People maybe didn't want to offend people, or I don't know what it was. But now I see it more often, and. You know, I'm kind of glad that my gamer tag has never been reported, and I think it may have at some point. But I think that the reason Microsoft and or Sony or mostly Microsoft never banned me was because they know my name is Jesus.
Right? Maybe they look into your account. They can see.
Yeah, they could look at my name and be like, "Oh, this motherfucker's name is actually Jesus." You know what I mean? So we really don't want to ban him, for using this name as a gamer tag. But yeah, I have been banned from Xbox Live once, because I had some shit on my profile that offended somebody, and they just like one day just emailed me like, hey, your account is banned for like 3 days or something or whatever for being offensive. And then pretty much all they did was reset your profile or whatever. Like they delete everything off your profile and you have to reset it or whatever, write whatever you want to write in there. But that's really it. Other than that, I've never been banned from like Steam or anything else. Not even Sony. So
the neat thing about Steam, it actually marks your Steam account that you had an account ban. So like if you get a ban, that's permanently on your Steam account.
It's just always there, shows it like a fucking
like it's like you've been banned.
Look at that hobo!
Like, yeah,
that guy's bad. He's been banned.
Myself, Jesus, you've come across a Mayo before. I know I've seen one. I can't remember the exact examples, but I know recently you come across a Mayo version.
Yeah, it's Mayo 99 or something, or
yeah, you said something like
real
that.
Mayo 99 or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I've come across Mayos. I've come across Gunny Chiefs. I think like different style of Gunny Chief. Like with like letters or leet speak or whatever, where like numbers or letters or whatever. I've never come across another Brink of Eternity. Like Brink that's a pretty cool gamer tag. To have that gamer tag, Brink of Eternity, like that's pretty unique. It's kind of like Jesus Walks a Lot. To be able to have the gamer tags that we have to be spelled exactly how it's spelled without like any underscore or any weird type of shit. It's pretty unique, you know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
I'm kind of glad that I was able to secure that. So Brink of Eternity is a pretty cool gamer tag, and that's pretty legit. Who else gamer tags that I think are pretty cool? I've seen some pretty cool ones out there. But yeah, as far as gamer tags go, like some people just have weird ones, where they have a lot of numbers and underscores and weird shit. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to find them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on creative, Like I remember when I was on DLG's podcast, they were asking me about my gamer tag and how I gotten it, and it was kind of given to me by some coworkers and this and that, but it was something that was given to me, which was kind of nice, like. Cause I was trying when I was first getting in on my online gaming. I was trying to come up and it was all like sounding dumb,
Yeah.
And not that Mayo doesn't sound dumb, but I mean, it just was something that was given to me.
Yeah,
and it's just something that's kind of like mine,
I agree with that. Yeah, like for me, Jesus Walks a Lot. Like I didn't really come up with that. My friend did, because I used to walk everywhere. Like back, believe it or not, back in like 2009, 2008. When I was just in high school, like I didn't have a fucking car, right? So I literally walked everywhere around town. You would see me walk from one end of town to the other end of town just to go hang out with my friends and shit. And like one of my friends, I forget, I'm pretty sure it was MySpace or some weird shit like that. And you know how back in MySpace you can actually create your own like link, like www.myspace.com / and you can actually put like a name there so people could find you easier on MySpace or whatever. So instead of like having them search for you, you could just give them the link or whatever, or tell them, hey, put this in the fucking end of the link or whatever, and you could find me. So like, I remember sitting there thinking with him one day, because I was on his computer and I was thinking like, what should I put, dude? And he was like, put Jesus Walks a Lot, because you walk everywhere. And I'm like, you're right, I should. And I just fucking typed it in, and then went through, and I'm like, holy shit, it worked. And ever since then, I literally just started switching everything to Jesus Walks a Lot, and everything was just available, The only one that would always give me shit about it was Sony. On the PlayStation Network, it just wouldn't let me. It would say that it was offensive or something. And I think after this podcast and after fucking being on here for so many years, fucking tweeting at them all the time. Whenever they would tweet something about gamer tags, I would fucking tweet at them like, hey, you assholes, let me use my fucking name in my gamer tag. And they finally unlocked it one day. Like I just randomly checked whenever that whenever they did the update to let you change your gamer tag on the PlayStation, remember that? That was like last year or something.
Yeah, I remember last year we did it live on the show. Actually,
Yeah.
if you go back to an old show, I can't remember which one it was, but you did it
Yeah.
live on the show, and you're like, it works. I can't believe it works.
Yeah, I was able to actually get on there and just type Jesus Walks On, and boom, it came up. I was like, fuck yeah, it works. So, yeah, man, so I'm actually glad that they were able to just release that and have that available. But yeah, hopefully, and the cool thing is that I was able to secure that on everything, like literally on Twitter, on fucking Instagram, on fucking, I'm pretty sure on Facebook as well. Like somehow you probably search Jesus Walks Out and find me on there, like I've literally secured that on everything. So it's pretty legit, I think, So I feel like that helps out the show a lot actually too. And I'm able to just mention my name and people could just search it and they could just find us.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. It makes it nice. I mean, I wish mine was, completely the same everywhere. I thought then to go through and change a bunch of stuff. It was nice that you were able, like you said, to secure it on every platform like that.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I just Googled Jesus Walks a Lot and there's what comes up. It's just the podcast, my Twitter, the podcast on Amazon, Facebook gaming, what else? Apple Podcasts, it comes up, whatever, pictures or whatever online, the logos of the podcast. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So, like that's pretty interesting. So, yeah, man. Yeah, and I feel like people should really always have like a gamer tag that kind of means something to them. Because really when you start gaming with a lot of friends and as you get older, like that's what people call you. Like I don't ever call Brink his real name. Like right. I don't even when I speak to his wife about him, she talks about him like Brink. You know what I mean? Like everyone mentions him as Brink. Like at one point I even forgot what the fuck his real name. I'm like, what the fuck is your real name, dude? I forgot your real fucking name. Like you're just Brink to me. He's like, oh, I'm Brink.
Yeah, I mean, even here in my situation, I mean, obviously I'm gonna call you by your name because you're, I just say Jesus because Jesus walks a lot. But with Gunny, I just call him Gunny.
Yeah,
I literally just call him Gunny all the time, and his name's like Gunny.
Yeah, who the fuck calls him Henley? Does anyone call him Henley ever?
Kyle.
Or like Iams. The reason they call me Iams is everyone just calls him Iams. So like, no one ever calls him fucking Sean. Did you even know his real name was Sean? You probably thought his name was fucking Iams. I thought his name was Iams for the longest time. You know what I mean? Like. It is what it is, and then it's kind of hilarious how that works out. When your gamer tag kind of becomes your identity, and especially nowadays with the internet, it kind of works out. That's kind of like how it should be. You should. Because wasn't it Xbox? Wasn't it Xbox remember when the Xbox One came out, and they were all about like adding your real name to your gamer tag or something like that. Like oh, we can add your real name to the profile. And people were like, fuck this. I don't want nobody to find me.
Actually, okay, it's kind of a funny story. Is my name is kind of linked to my Xbox profile.
Yeah.
And my kids, like I have my Xbox here, and then at their mom's house, they have an Xbox OG VCR version. The old school Xbox One. But my daughter plays like Rocket League, right? So I'm sitting at home on my couch the other night, and I get a message on my phone because my phone is linked to my Xbox stuff too. Through Xbox, the messenger thing on there. And it's like making reference about playing the way I was. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know who you are. And it had their name behind it, had my name behind it. Yeah. And they're like talking about like, why do you think you're so much better than us and this and this and this? I'm like, I don't even know you. This guy like just friended me and just to message me. And so I'm like, well, my kids play off my account. Like, so my son Injustice plays off my account because he plays some Microsoft games. And then I said my daughter plays some Rocket League. I'm like, what game was you playing? And he was playing Rocket League. And I guess he was having a conversation with my daughter. And I'm like, okay, dude, that's my 13 going on 14-year-old daughter you're playing against. He's like, like, shut up, quit lying, and I'm like, no, dude, seriously, you're over playing my 13 or 14-year-old daughter. It wasn't me. She's playing on my account. But when I was looking at it, it showed my name beside my gamer tag, and it had his name beside his gamer tag. So, and I thought that was weird. I'm like, I don't really know if I want that on there or not, but
yeah.
But it's just kind of a funny thing. I just happened to notice that the other day. This guy's like, thought I was talking crap to him, and here is my 13-year-old daughter
talking shit. You fucking noob. You suck.
In Rocket League of all games, like scoring on him probably. She probably over.
Shit, that's hilarious, dude. Yeah, man.
6 goals to make him quit or something. I don't know.
Fucking making him fuck the Mayo. I hate the podcast now.
Why do you think you're so good? And then he looks at the podcast and hating us.
That fucking Mayo guy's a real asshole. He was talking shit to me the whole time.
Right?
Some Patreon supporter. He's real excited that he gets to play with you, and you're just fucking trash talking him the whole time.
It's my daughter and Injustice over pointing her my name.
Fucking trash talking the shit out of people. Hey, God, this guy Mayo's a real asshole on the podcast. God, you ever play with that guy? All he does is talk shit to you.
PC people are toxic.
Oh, shit's hilarious, man. But yeah, anyways, next question, Mayo.
Okay, next question. The last one from Brian. He says, what's something that you make and have ordered other places and think that your homemade version is just so much better? I don't cook, so I can't really say much of anything. Like I cook very little.
Same here. I don't cook much, but I really like quesadillas when they're homemade. Every time they're made somewhere, it's I don't know if it's the type of cheese they use or what the fuck it is, but it's always like they're off, like they taste good, but like it never tastes as good as it is when it's made in your house, like right off the fucking stove or whatever, you get the quesadilla off of there, like that piping hot fucking cheese and shit, like that's a flavor you can't mimic. If you like order something from like a place or whatever, like you just can't mimic that flavor, Mayo. You can't. It's too good.
Well, I'm going to come visit you this summer, and you'll make me a quesadilla.
Yeah, quesadillas for everyone. Woo! Yeah, man. No, but for real, like that's something that that I really like a lot. That I don't know if I could find somewhere else. As far as anything else, not really. Yeah, not really. I mean, there's food that I've tasted that people have made for me, and I really like their version of it compared to like other versions that I've tasted. But that's kind of like this, just whatever, Mexican food, Asian food, whatever. But yeah, and yeah, you know what else tastes really good in my house? Alcohol, motherfucker, because it doesn't cost me $20 a shot. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayo over there buying $6 fucking Kansas fucking beer. Crazy Mayo.
Yeah, it's good.
$6 worth. That's expensive beer, man. That's so. I've never had a $6 beer. I mean, that's an expensive beer.
Yeah, like I said, I had some sticker shock when it was like $70 for 2 6-packs.
You're like, what the fuck,
sir? Well, it's gonna be good.
Sir, I think you got this wrong. I think you overcharged me. Fucking $70 for 2 6-packs. Oh man, that's.
But it is like a German beer, so it's something unique, something different, something to talk about, I guess. So
it's imported from Germany.
It was at a German restaurant. It was like
so they make it here. So it's not modeled. German. It's fake German.
No, it's basically fake German. So basically, it's their German recipe that they use and this American.
Oh,
German
come on, Mel. Come on, Mel. It's like me fucking making Corona beer, saying it's a Mexican beer, Mel.
Right, yeah. It's the same concept, but it was unique and it had its own flavor and it was good. So we bought some home.
That's fake German beer, Mel. It's not real German beer.
Hey, either way, it was good beer.
Real Germans would be pissed off at you right now. You're probably pissing off our listeners in Germany right now.
Yeah, well, we have our German listeners can send us some good real German beer. Then
send us some real German beer. You know who wanted to send us? I believe it was Steve Morleone. He lives in Belgium. I remember one time. I don't know if it was him or one of our listeners. but they wanted to send me alcohol. they're like, Jesus, how the fuck do I send you like a bottle of Australian alcohol? I was like, I don't fucking know, man. Could you even send that in the fucking? I don't guess. Know. I don't know. They told me to like give him an address. I was like, I don't know if I should. Do I trust this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? He like legit like emailed me or something saying they wanted to send me like a package of shit, like a fucking like beer and alcohol. You know what? I'm gonna get a post office box mail set up, and I'm gonna have people send us alcohol from whatever kind of alcohol they want to send. I'm gonna do
all
it
over the world.
how much does a PO box cost? Probably $10 a month or something, right? $20 a month? I don't know. It can't be that much, right? Who the fuck uses PO boxes? This is what my point is, Mayo. There's probably like 2 people that use. They'll probably give me one for free if I just ask. Hey guys, I want to use a PO box.
Either they're gonna give it to you for free, or they're gonna charge you quadruple the price.
Yeah, exactly. One of the two. They either be like, "Here's our free PO box because nobody uses them," or it's gonna cost you $100 a month because nobody uses them. It's gonna be one of the two.
Yes, one of those two. Speaking, Jesus, of expensive things that we could think of expensive, Jonathan Hall wants to know: are any of us getting the KFC console? And also, do we like original crispy or extra crispy on our KFC chicken? I mean, I'm not getting a new console because I looked at it and I thought it was really cool, but it's something I wouldn't go buy.
No, I wouldn't buy that either. No,
obviously, we know it's
like 500,
promo thing.
600, $900 or something like that.
I don't know. I didn't even look at the price.
Yeah, it's like pretty much a gaming PC, but it's a console type PC. As far as the chicken goes, though, I like original, but I also like extra crispy. I like the extra crispiness.
I like how you think. I'm the same way. I like the extra crispy, but I'll definitely do the original.
Yeah, like if they don't have extra crispy, I'll be like, all right, just do original. We're good. You know, it's all good.
I don't touch the grilled. I don't ever get grilled from KFC.
What the fuck? Why the fuck would you?
Why?
Who the fuck goes to KFC to get grilled chicken? Why the fuck would you do that? Like, just go to the fucking deli at your fucking grocery store and get it there for $8, you know, instead of $20. Like, why would you do that? I wouldn't fucking do that. It's ridiculous. Also, one thing that I always get with my KFC chicken is a biscuit. I have to have the biscuit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's from working at Popeyes, because I used to work at Popeyes back in high school, man. And everything came with everything. Like, I'm pretty sure everything on the fucking menu has a biscuit except for like the po' boy sandwich. Because that's a fucking sandwich, but everything had a biscuit with it. So I think ever since then, I've always like had to have chicken with my fucking biscuits.
But what do you put on your biscuit?
Usually like honey.
I was going to ask. I love honey on my biscuit. Like,
you put honey on the biscuit. Sometimes if you want to get like different flavor, I guess you go with the jam. But I usually do honey on my biscuits.
Then I think of breakfast. I just think of breakfast when I put jam on a biscuit.
Yeah, same here. Like it doesn't taste as good with the chicken. Honey though tastes pretty. Even like if you put like honey on fried chicken, it fucking is the boss. So, yeah, you know that's some American ass shit right there. Hey guys,
I'm some stuff right there.
Put some fucking honey on your fried chicken. No, I'm telling you, Mayo. Go to Popeyes, right? Go to Popeyes. I know you got Popeyes. Mm-hmm. Go to Popeyes, get yourself a 2-piece and a biscuit, and ask them for the honey packets, and then ask them for extra honey packets or whatever, and then they'll give you some and whatever, and then you put that fucking honey on the chicken and take a bite, and it's gonna fucking be like, what the fuck? I've been missing out.
So what if I have access to like real honey, like fresh from the bees? Like, I'm gonna use that honey. I'm gonna use the good stuff over here.
Nah, you gotta use the fake Popeyes honey, dude. You gotta use the shit that's gonna kill you. Come on, man.
It's gotta be the Popeyes honey, huh?
Exactly. Some kind of recipe they have with their fucking chicken and their honey. The shit just mixes right, bro. Like I don't know about KFC and their honey and their chicken. I haven't done that one, but I know Popeyes chicken with their honey. It's the way to do this shit, man. That's the American way. Mm-hmm.
I just know I need to hang out with you and Imes because you guys are always talking about some food.
Some random ass.
Amazing. I see Imes post this stuff on Facebook and I'm going, that looks really good. Mm-hmm. Or I never would have thought those two would work together, but it looks really good.
I mean, sometimes you gotta just mix it up, you know, like Like, yeah, having the normal food is good, but like you gotta sometimes get a little creative, man. You ever been high, Mayo? Like, you just gotta smoke a little weed, and like next thing you know, your imagination starts going wild, and you're like, fuck, I can make anything. I could mix whatever.
Start getting those munchies.
I can mix whatever I want in this fridge. That's kind of how it works. Iams is just weird, though. He doesn't get high. He's just fucking weird like that. He's just normally fucking weird, I think. Anyways.
Yeah, he'd be like, this is the best combination ever. I'd look at it going,
what the fuck are you eating, dude?
okay.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
But I'm going to try it.
Yeah. I mean, some of the shit he's posted I've tried, and it actually doesn't taste bad. It's pretty good.
I think the last time I seen him post, and this is something he didn't make, but I think it was like a Fruity Pebble chip.
Oh, that's something he bought at the store. Yeah,
it's something he didn't make, but yeah, it's something he posted a picture.
That looks
of.
actually.
That sounds really good.
It does sound really good, doesn't it? Like, because like cereal. Have you ever had? You probably have had cereal like just dry.
Definitely. When I was a kid, I would eat it more dry than I would with milk. Like I would sit down in a bowl and watch cartoons.
Yeah, like eat Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios.
I'd be sitting on the floor eating.
Yeah, cornflakes.
Like the Sugar Smacks or whatever.
Yeah, Sugar Smacks. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man, all that shit's good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, dry.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man, all that shit's fucking bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, anyhow. You're going to make me hungry over here.
Me too. I'm making myself hungry. Fuck.
2 a.m. I'm going to be...
fucking in the kitchen cooking shit.
Eating snacks. John Jerome wants to know, Jesus, he says, he got the family some Switches for Christmas. And he wants to know if there's any great Switch games besides Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, and Pokemon that are a must-have.
Those are definitely 3 games that are must-haves. I would suggest that you may. It depends if your kids are old enough and they're I wouldn't say smart enough, but like I guess. How do you word this without offending our listener? It's not smart enough, but like a little kid, like a little fucking 4-year-old kid isn't gonna really understand Zelda and the mechanics behind the different shrines and the different okay, I gotta hit the ball and freeze it in the air and then use the hit technique to get it to the left, and then they can't solve those puzzles. Those puzzles are kind of complicated.
That's immature enough in a way.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they're old enough, though, to understand those mechanics and understand the puzzles in Zelda, then maybe I suggest Zelda Breath of the Wild. You might be able to find that on sale somewhere. A lot of these games, though, with Nintendo, man, don't ever go on sale.
Oh, I know. That's the
so
thing.
expensive.
I thought about getting Breath of the Wild. Like you said, Zelda. Yeah. I bought this new one.
Yeah.
And I thought about going back and playing Breath of the Wild. But no, it's still $59.
Yeah.
You go
Digital?
to a used GameStop. Yeah. You go to... I know if you went to GameStop, I'm sure it's going to be really close to that. But there's a mom and pop game shop around the corner. For
$50.
And I stopped the other day. Yeah, it was like 53 or 52 or something like that. And I'm like, dude, I saved $7.
Yeah, for a used copy. Whoa, yeah, So that's the problem with Nintendo games. They're never falling. It's like Call of Duty or something. They just don't go down in price. It's just
that's just the power of Nintendo, though. For some reason, And it's so weird that Nintendo, especially Nintendo, like their
and then you know what, man.
So
Nintendo will have that fucking price until the fucking Switch is end of life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I said,
don't give a fuck.
They can do this. Even Sony can't do this because even their titles will eventually drop down to like
$20. Yeah,
greatest hit, and then you can find a used version for like 12. You know, but no, Nintendo, they're like,
don't give a fuck.
Go find. What was it like Mario Kart 6?
Yeah.
Like right now for the GameCube or like the Wii. Yeah. I guarantee you're going to pay at least $50 for that game.
Exactly. You're not going to find it cheap. So that's the thing about Nintendo, that their games, if you buy them physical, they have resale value.
Yeah, they hold their value.
You could sell that fucking game 5 years from now and still get $40 out of it. You know what I mean? Or if not more, because they don't even have it anymore. They don't sell it anymore. So you could get even more money than that.
Since I bought my Switch last year, I have bought more physical copies of Switch games than I have bought physical copies of anything in the last probably 10 years. And I mean, I only have like 5 physical copies of games on the Switch, but that's 5 more than I have in anywhere else. I haven't bought a physical copy on my PC since I can remember. Yeah. It's been like 3 builds ago. It's probably been 15 years since I bought a physical CD on
That's
PC.
That's how Nintendo is, man. Like I always said, if you're gonna buy a physical for anything, it's the Switch. Anything else doesn't really matter. Then the Xbox, PlayStation doesn't matter. Switch though, man, buy that shit physical if you can. Why not? You're gonna be able to resell that shit. But yeah, as far as the games though, I would maybe suggest, if your kids are into it, maybe Minecraft. Just know that they're gonna be playing pretty much solo, or I don't know if it has online features on the Switch version or not.
I think a good, besides not in this list here though, one that kind of pops out in my head if it's he bought some Switches for the family, so he's got multiple Switches.
How about Super Smash Bros?
Smash Brothers or Mario Party? Because you can actually link two Switches together and play Mario Party with two Switches, and I think 8 people. I'm not positive on the number of players, but Mario Party is a lot of fun in a family atmosphere. I actually play it with my kids. We play a 4-person Mario Party, and it's a lot of fun. It takes like an hour, but it's like that board game mentality with the mini games after each round, and we're kind of battling it out and stuff like that. That's a pretty fun game in my mind. Is the new Mario Party.
Yeah.
And he also, Jesus goes on to ask, John Drome says he hasn't bought a single game or a single Xbox game since getting Game Pass, but always have something to play. Do you guys find yourselves buying less games lately?
No.
No.
No. No.
Maybe if we wasn't doing a podcast and trying to recover as much as possible, I might buy less games. But no, I'm always buying stuff.
I'm always buying something or finding something or.
But I do find it funny, like when I go to a store, and I don't buy physical ever, but I like to just look at cover art and just look and see what's out there. Yeah. And I'll go by these sections and I'll see a lot of these games that are on Game Pass sitting on the store shelves. And I'm going,
like, why?
I'm like, yes, I guess I could say if you don't have Game Pass and you want to own it, or you don't want to continue paying for Game Pass. But I'm like, that's on Game Pass. That's on Game Pass. That's on Game Pass. Yeah. It's crazy to how many games are actually on Game Pass.
Game Pass is a steal, man. If you like we said before, if you don't own fucking games, if you buy a fucking Xbox and Game Pass, and you're set, dude. That's all you need, really.
Yeah. Last question, we got one from Jonathan Hall. He got a Cyberpunk question for us, Jesus. Can you guess what it would be off the top of your head, knowing Jonathan?
How big is your dick in Cyberpunk?
Nope.
How many drugs have you done in Cyberpunk?
Nope.
Okay, so it's not about the dicks, it's not about the drugs. Okay, what would Jonathan, if I was Jonathan Hall, what the fuck would I want to ask about?
It's going to be either or dick.
Okay. Are you going to are you banging Judy or are you banging Pan Am?
Basically, he said probably too late, but he says Pan Am or Judy.
Oh, I knew it, fucking Jonathan. I know you're at the back of my hand, you motherfucker. Well, Pan Am, because I couldn't bang Judy because I was a straight male character in the game. Apparently, there's a mod for it now. You can do it on the PC where you can mod it and there's full dialogue options and everything. Like she talks to you like you're like V as a guy or whatever. But apparently for some reason that was disabled at some point. They switched that where they took that out of the game and she can only romance a female character, a female V, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why would they do that. Why not just have the options to romance anyone? Like why to romance Pan Am you have to be a straight male V? Like why couldn't she romance a female V? Well, it's kind of weird to me that they have those strict, rigid rules. I don't know. But I went with Pan Am. Pan Am is fucking badass.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I didn't like her first right away when I first met her.
Yeah, she was all fucking hard ass. Yeah.
Yeah, when you first meet her and she's got like that real thick coat on and it's like a high collar and all that stuff. But she grew on me later.
Definitely. Anyways, that's all we have for questions, right?
Yep, that's it.
Well, with that being said, how about we we get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm gonna go make some snacks.
Where can we find you, Mayo?
I'm just gonna keep it short. You can find me anywhere pretty much as the Mayo one, or just on Discord as the Mayo. I do have a Twitter now. I do have an Xbox account. It might be one of my kids playing. I don't know, but if I'm out there talking smack, it's probably one of my kids. So just send me a message on Discord. I don't know, but yeah, you can find me pretty much mainly on the Discord. So.
And
what about you?
Well, you can find me on everything as Jesus Walks Out, and I really mean everything. Like just search it. You find me. I'll be playing some more Ghost of Tsushima. And hey, if you're playing on the PS4, ladies and gentlemen, and you have Ghost of Tsushima and you've played this or you want to play some multiplayer, let me know what time you want to play this. I'm not available throughout the week for most of the days, but maybe Thursday, maybe a Friday night, we can get together and play this multiplayer because I know the Legends mode is pretty cool. It's up to 4-player co-op, and you get to pick a class of samurai. I think one is like the archer, then there's the spear guy, there's a sword guy, and then there's like a brute, like a big guy. And these all have different features and whatnot. So if you are interested in playing some of that, some of the Legends mode in Ghost of Tsushima, add me on the PlayStation Jesus Walks a Lot. And yeah, that's it. As far as Gunny goes, Gunny Chief on Xbox and whatnot. And happy birthday to you, Gunny. 50 years old is a feat that I hope to get to one day. I really do. I mean, that's 21 years from now. 20.
Not quite for me, but yeah.
21 years from now, I'll be there, Gunny. Yeah, whoa. 21 years.
Hell yeah.
21 years from now, Gunny's still awake. Gunny's not dead.
I'm still alive.
The ninjas didn't get him. Anyways, we're out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Happy 2021, everyone. HGP is back. Another year. Woo! Game of the Year show is coming pretty soon. I don't know, sometime.
17th.
So maybe next week. Is that next week?
Yeah, next week.
17th or the 24th. One of those 2 days. We'll fucking figure it out. Anyways, we love you. Peace out, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.